Recording. Cool. Welcome back to Memento Mori. You always check the monitor.
Yeah, you're recording.
When we start, we're on session 18.
I don't know when it's recording, so
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, and it says record.
Yeah.
REC.
But I can't.
Yeah, that'll
three
probably do
times.
it. So we're back for session 18. So tonight, Sarah's out. Tim's back. We're all good.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go ahead and just pick up where we left off. We actually rolled initiative already.
Mm-hmm.
We've got our coin pools our fortune and misfortune taken care of already. I've got only one.
No traders today that rolled sixes.
I know, right? I'm going to take this one and turn yours into a 6 and get the coin right back. I was thinking about the ways you can break the system. Like as an example, the random initiative using a D6 can be broken, so it had to be moved to a D10 in the starter kit. So there's a way in the starter kit, basically, we introduce the idea of being able to randomize who begins with initiative. You both roll a 6-sided die. If one lands on a 6, you would get surprised. The problem is that anyone can spend a coin
to make a 6.
Yeah, to your advantage or the player or the game master's disadvantage. So, or vice versa. So that doesn't really work. So I had to change it to a D10. Fortunately, caught that right as it's going into layout. But yeah. So yeah, I start with one tonight. So let's talk about what happened 2 weeks ago because we didn't play last week because of Thanksgiving. We did.
Yeah, guys, what happened?
We had a philosophical discussion with the Red Caps.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
And then you drowned them in a pool of blood.
That did happen, yeah.
Only
we had,
one of them.
we had-
Just only one.
yeah. We had a battle. During that point in time, Eaglesdove was able to cast a spell that took possession of one, and ran off with that one. And tried to light these barrels of gunpowder that would kill us all, but tried to do it anyway.
They tried to wrestle the lantern out of Lady Sabella's hands, and then that's when Nick said, "No, I'm going to edit the situation." The lantern winks out in the middle of the fracas, and then we had to reset initiative because it got completely dark.
Yeah.
There was no light left.
Yeah.
Ooh, it was spooky.
Yeah, so there was a divine retribution because she channeled her spell and couldn't do any damage with weapons or anything. So I was just like, okay, well, I'm going to drown one in a pool of blood. And, so I was
And it worked.
Yeah, his cap was never going to be dry again. So...
No cap, as the kids say.
I don't even know what that means.
For real, as
Yeah.
they say.
So they were dealing with the other red caps that I think was like getting frenzied. Yeah. So they were frenzied, so because of that frenzy they would do extra damage but they couldn't resist. So I was drowning this one who couldn't resist, and Nick his character sat down on top of one of the other ones and couldn't resist, so it was pinned. And so we decided narratively to bring it to a close, like say, yeah, we've got this fight. And that's when Chuckles was like, hey, you know how you were wanting to eat people? Because you thought that Harker was getting some power from that? And I told you shouldn't do that except for your enemies. So I was like, these are Seabra's enemies. I'm gonna eat them. You want to join me? And so we partook of their hearts, and everything went just fine.
For you.
For me.
For you! Eaglesdove proceeded to get sick, throw up,
Yeah.
uncontrollably.
So, severe case of heartburn?
Yeah. that's-
Oh.
She didn't have the stomach for it, Mike.
You didn't have the stomach for
Yeah,
it.
that's
Okay.
good. Yeah, I think I made that joke in the moment, in fact, too.
Good.
But yeah, she couldn't keep it down.
So she's no Danny.
She's no Daenerys, yes.
She's no Danny. She's not eating the gummy worm heart.
Gummy worm.
Which is a true guy. It was a gummy worm. It's a whole thing on the HBO about
Was it really?
Yeah, that's a real gag when she's trying to hold it down. like her actively throwing up and swallowing her own throw up.
Oh man.
Because it was a giant gummy worm.
It's a giant gummy worm heart, yeah, filled with like liquid jello or something like that. Yeah.
Crazy.
So yeah, Eagles Dog didn't have the heart for it.
Yeah.
You want to pick up from there, Kay?
Sure. So while they were snacking, Hiram decided to steal a bunch of red caps because he found them on the
It's
wall.
not stealing, it's picking.
Okay.
Procured.
Hiram decided
Harvested.
to harvest a bunch of red caps from
No
the
one
wall.
owned them.
And while all of this is going on, Sabella just notices that this is chaos and says "fuck it" and walks off to go find Helga. While everyone is apparently descending into chaos. So,
This group?
yeah. So we got back and realized that the jacks were under the gunpowder that Eaglesdov was trying to blow up. But we managed to get the carts out of the way and rode the carts down, to which I believe Chuckles fell out? No, somebody fell out of one of the mine carts.
I think I did.
Yeah,
I think it was you.
Yeah.
he wasn't able to stop it in time.
And so we lost one of the jacks in the process because of it.
He went off the elevator out into the darkness.
Yeah.
You remember there's that big shaft in the middle of the line that they went down.
So we managed to get the other two. We managed to get the elevator righted again so that we can actually use the elevator. To which Helga said, "Well, everybody else must be down in G tunnel as opposed to F, which we're in. So we need to go find them in G." There was a short discussion with Eaglesdorf, of course, saying, "Fuck those people. Let's go back up." To which Sabella said, "Helga saved my life. I'm going down. You go up if you want. Fucking heart eater. You're weird." So at that point, one of the blossoms on her staff opened up because of the leg that Chuckles had in his bag.
Yeah, it's an ironwood leg.
And that's when Helga had started to talk about like that they found strange artifacts down here during their numbers of years that they've been down here harvesting iron.
And Helga swore that she will stop the mining if we can just help her find what she thinks is left of the miners, because we tried to count up the bodies and we think all but one of them was destroyed by the red caps. So she still thinks there's one person down in G. So
Which
we
is
have
going to be the girl.
we have absolutely no idea because all the bodies were too torn apart.
Eviscerated and drained of blood. That would make
Chuckles
pretty
was,
hard to identify.
Chuckles was pleased to hear that, and then he said, "I hope your word is better than your ancestors."
Yes. Chuckles is on a roll.
Yeah, you
He was
basically.
picking fights.
Of course he's on a roll. He was still in
Kinda
the
had
light
already
part,
said
going
that
down
one
into the
time.
darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah, so from there, they decided they wouldn't ascend to go recuperate and rest. Instead, they were going to proceed down to the lowest level of the mines to find Moira and the other missing miners.
And I am on the edge of dead.
Yeah, so speaking of which, let's do some quick counts around the table. Where are we at on damage condition track for starting with Lester?
Oh, Lester's fine. He's
Unharmed.
He's unharmed. Yeah.
How you looking, Sabella?
I am 2 skill ranks down on peril and grievously wounded.
How you doing over there?
I wasn't here last week, so.
Wilson, what's your current damage condition track?
Un and un.
Oh, nice.
On and on.
I was un and un when we were coming down, so I'm un and un now.
Unhindered. How about you?
What's that?
We
You
trade.
trade, yeah.
You
Swap,
trade.
swap
How are you, Hiram?
Swapsies. I'm unharmed. And
I think
I
I
have
have
And then finally Chuckles.
I am unhindered. I'm at ignore 2 skill ranks, and
I
I
have a
am unharmed. I am at moderately wounded.
Nice. So some quick accounting. Red caps only grant +1 to damage threshold, and because you consumed 3 doses, it'll last for 3 hours. It has obviously not been 3 hours. It has only been 2 hours since you were down here trying to get the mining carts back on, gathering yourselves, doing some minor mending and such. Furthermore, blunted instruments, which I believe not Sabella, but Eaglesdov and Chuckles were both impacted by.
Yes.
I made a mistake last week. It should be you still add a d6 chaos die to damage.
Oh.
You just subtract -3 from damage because
okay.
anything you wield in your hands over the next 3 hours is treated as if it has the ruined quality.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, divine retribution.
Well, how long does that last? Is it
3
still-
hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
So another hour.
Yeah.
All right.
So how many red caps did I get?
I think we did that last time, didn't we?
No.
No, you didn't say how many you harvested.
Okay. Let's see how many you can get. Intact ones, at least.
Meanwhile, Wilson's sitting back in the hallway.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
7 doses.
Okay.
7 doses red caps, and you imbibed 3 earlier.
Well, see, I was the one that originally asked, so. Can I have
Yeah.
some too?
Narratively, you were collecting them as well
Oh, so-
during the whole.
Yeah, because that's what I said. We can make a lot of money on these.
Yeah. Narratively, it's how many was collected total.
Oh, 7 total. Okay.
Gonna start our drug empire.
He's all like, man, I ain't sharing that shit.
We can go back and get some more.
So we turn back to the elevator in its descent down. The hollow sound of the mine can be heard. You're standing on this kind of narrow wooden platform that's suspended on either side by a very heavy mooring rope that they'd use like on a ship. And the platform is wide enough for all of you to stand abreast if you wanted to. There's also, I think, this pivoting track in the middle of it where you would roll mining carts onto it and be able to turn it with a switch. Unfortunately, that was ruined when one of the mining carts went careening down far below. And all around you is darkness, save for the cross frame of the timbers that support the elevator, and it's slowly kind of kind of being lowered down. As you look up through the darkness, you can see 80 feet above you, 90 feet above you, up the shaft. You can see a ring of light coming from the miners in the pool camp, who are kind of watching and waiting to see what happens. They obviously can't see much, save for your lights. Who has light among you? I believe we passed the light to Wilson when he was not here last.
I had it to begin with, actually.
Yeah, so you
Because
have the lantern.
I'd never been light carrier. I have no idea how long.
You mark off 2 hours
Okay.
during your time to prepare down here. So, eventually the mining platform stops. It will go down no further. In fact, it's kind of somewhat stuck halfway between the shaft and the platform, because underneath of it is a mining cart that careened down here. So imagine like an elevator that's stuck. Like you're literally abutted against the wall, and there's like a 3-foot crawlway to get off the platform into the tunnel. Not a comfortable way to get in there at all. Unfortunately, it just won't go any further because once again the mining cart is underneath the platform where it spun out. So it kind of clunk, and it kind of shifts, and the whole thing groans and aches, but and trembles a bit. But you're as deep as you could possibly go down here, and you can see a little sign above the top of the cavern that says "Tunnel F." Helga is very nervous, incredibly nervous. Not certain what to expect. Her eyes are bloodshot. She's been at this for nearly 3 days. She looks tired, strung out, covered in sweat, as probably some of you are as well as still aching from the fight. No more than just a few hours ago. At least you've caught your breath, but some of those pains are still bothering you. Is there anything that you wish to do before going down into this tunnel?
See if we can move the cart so we can get the elevator all the way down.
The cart is underneath the elevator.
Is there a way we can
So
lift
we'd have
it
to,
like
like,
slightly and
roll
get
out,
under?
send it back up, have people move it out, and then it can come back down.
Yeah.
The car, unfortunately, the way that the elevator descends down into the tunnel, this is not only just the bottommost part of the iron mines, it's also the most narrow, meaning the cavern walls actually press up against the elevator's crossbeams. So there's just, because it's wider up top and more narrow toward the bottom, when it came off, it's underneath. There's no place to move it.
There's not really a way to do it.
Not without some pretty intensive labor and help for the people above.
Maybe that's something they work on while we do the real heroic stuff.
There are more of them. Just remember, they're very ritualistic. They have many traditions and they have a lot of pomp. So use that pomp against them. Or surprise them, charge them, and
Hack them to pieces.
yeah, just like we did. But it may not be the best solution this time. You're not looking so good.
Let's just get this taken care of. I'd rather be up above.
You want me to look you over?
I mean, is there much you can do down here? I don't think there is there?
I can bring the light over. Does this help?
I'll look her over real quick to see if there is much that bandaging can do.
Did he bind wounds last time? I don't think he did.
I don't remember. It's been 2 weeks.
So yeah, you want to bind wounds?
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Spend a bandage.
Are you injured?
No.
Okay, yeah.
No injury.
Then I can.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I've got 6.
So your grievously wound is a challenging heal test.
Challenging, okay.
Do you want to laudanum before you do that?
I took one of those last time.
Mhm.
That's the
Oh,
only
okay.
reason I'm alive still.
Oh, okay.
Because
Got
I
it.
took one in the second round.
Challenging heal will be 38%. And 14 will succeed.
Nice. What's your intelligence bonus?
7.
Okay. You move 2 steps up the damage condition track.
Woohoo!
Nice.
Phew. I am not doing so well myself, but position is not so it's not very safe for me to do this down here on myself.
I don't know what the hell you just did.
Yeah.
So.
Shake a little laudanum. You want-
Yes, please. And I will imbibe the laudanum.
Be sure to take corruption if you
Yep.
use laudanum.
Delicious corruption.
Is there anything I can do to help you? Helga says. You see her hands trembling as she's holding the mining pick.
Well, do you know the way this thing turns? What we should expect?
Aye. Tunnel G is the... Well, it's the freshest, the newest of all the tunnels that we had carved in the last decade. It runs pretty deep, but it only runs one direction. You can't get very lost in it. It does open up into a massive cavern, which is where we found a pretty major vein of iron. It's where Moira, Thule, Chelsea, Burra, and Harold and the others were to go before this accident. You won't get lost. I just hope that someone were still alive.
I hope so too.
Well, don't hold your breath, but we'll look. That's all I can say. You do understand, though, that if any of my people get to the point where we can't handle it, we're coming back, whether we find her or not.
Aye. We'll let the folk know up above, and we'll get the elevator up as lickety split. If anything comes chasing after you, though, there's kind of a pregnant pause.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
What's going to chase us?
What just chased us up on top?
Well, he knew what those were. Red caps.
Yeah. What she's saying is that we don't want to let them loose up in the camp above because they could slaughter the innocent.
Sabella pats a bottle bomb that's like up on her side.
I know.
All right.
Bottle bomb.
We have an understanding.
Find space.
If that's what we have to do,
I'll bring down the tunnel.
better than killing everyone above, because an entire group of red caps possibly comes over the mining camp, don't you think?
Yeah, I guess there's logic to it.
I mean, it's just fire. It's not gunpowder, right? It's not
But
gonna make a blast.
There might be gunpowder down here.
Could be.
I think we have a misunderstanding. If they come chasing, I can't take the risk of taking them up with us.
She's gonna leave us. Leave us is what she's saying.
Right, and if they're on fire and can't get to the elevator like we can,
You better hold.
Is there anything I can do to help prepare for this?
Don't leave us. Or get your folks to move this cart so the thing can come all the way down.
That's not going to happen until we find out what's going on in Tunnel G. I cannot risk their lives. I spoke about this.
But you can risk ours.
Yeah, well,
We even accord. She
What?
reminds you.
what
I don't have shit.
What
You have
about
something with her.
what about your life?
I'm gonna slide
Would you-
off.
Would you be
Done with
willing
this.
to risk it and come with us?
She nods.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. I guess we won't get left down here then.
Yeah.
She, I need just a few moments. 10, 15 minutes at best.
I mean,
okay.
it's not like we're burning daylight.
She nods. She begins to jury rig the entire elevator with bottles of what are probably gunpowder, and she begins to set a fuse and is running the fuse down into the cavern as she leaps down from the platform and gets into the cavern and starts extending the fuse and unspools it. I'll take this as far as I could possibly go inside the cavern. I think I've got maybe 100 yards at best of spool. I'll run the spool as deep as I can to the cavern with you, although I think it's further than 100 yards into through the main tunnel. If you are all...
Can I ask some logical questions here?
Aye.
Why wouldn't you set those up in the tunnel and blow the tunnel up so they can't come?
There's people down there's lives still unaccounted for. You would not leave your own down there, and I'm not planning to leave mine either.
The circle of this discussion does not make sense to me, but we'll go ahead and go with it.
What doesn't make sense to you?
You're gonna blow the elevator up if something happens, but you would still leave us all down here.
I'm not leaving you
No.
down here.
She's risking her own life too.
Well, I heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she would blow
But why
up
would
the
you blow
elevator
the tunnel?
if we're gonna
to
get
stop
it?
them?
Ah.
There's no logic in whatever this process is, but this is your mission, I guess.
At this point, we don't know how far these red caps have dug in the mines. Not in the past few weeks since this eternal darkness came. We know they haven't made their way up top. I do suspect the only reason they haven't come into the mine up above is because the elevator had been disabled.
Okay.
I have a feeling that Moy or whoever else may be down here may have,
Did it on purpose.
yes, knowing what it could have wrought for the people above. You're not in this alone, friend.
Well, I
And
don't care about that. I mean, we've been in this alone the entire time, so you're not anything new. Doing other people's dirty work seems to be our only job in this godforsaken Evernight.
The
Well,
darkness.
we ought to have to catch her.
Yeah. Just rather be rat killers.
Working on it. Well, alright. I mean, I suppose there's nothing else I can think of.
Any other information I can help with before we go? There's no turning back at this point.
I'm gonna wait for a right moment when she's not looking to try to sabotage what she's done to
Okay.
give us an out,
Okay.
if possible.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna load up my pistol.
Okay.
I mean, I'll pull out a good old pigskin.
Not much left. And she hands you 3 as she hands you a horn of gunpowder
Oh, nice.
and shot. There's 3 gunpowder and shot there.
All right, I'll write that down.
Well, honestly, I don't know that there's much more you can answer because you don't know what the hell's going on down here either.
Do I see you creeping back towards the elevator, or are you trying to, like, not let me see either? Or not let
I was
someone
just
else
making sure she wasn't seeing.
When I see you start creeping back there, I'm gonna try to keep her distracted.
Okay. Yeah. Easy enough.
Alright, so tell me about Moira. Maybe, what is she like? Does she know these tunnels very well? Like,
Moira's probably the eldest of the new lot. Eldest in the sense that she knows these mines pretty well. Known her for quite some time. She's, I think, 30-ish winters of age. Some number of years younger than I am. She was born to beggar parents. But the people in the mines didn't really take to her, especially the new folk. Harold Loyce, Arn Grimm, Chelsea Tooley. All of them kept messing with her. They always called her the child of beggars. Harold and the others picked on her relentlessly. Odd as I might to step in the middle of it, these new folk, strong-backed ones, desperate folk who would come to the mines even in the eternal night to make a penny. People who weren't willing to join up with the river rats. But they did the job. Moira, being meek as she is, quiet at times, bookish, I suppose you could say. She had this, I don't know, this quietude, unsettlingness to her since the fall of the darkness. It got worse as the days persisted. That's when the pranks started. Daughter of rats, street sleeper, cur wife, beggar girl. Just some of the japes.
Who was the one who made it back alive up top?
Arn Grimm.
He expressed his regret.
Yeah.
a lot of fat lot that does.
They'd used to wipe her tent and equipment with animal shite. And that was just the lightest of it. Sometimes they'd fill her backpack with dead rats, crush up spiders and put it in her water.
So I gotta ask if
Steal her light, keep her from having to make her find her way back to the darkness.
So at this point, then, I assume that the person that you want to save is Moira, and you don't give 2 shits about those assholes.
I care about whole lives.
Huh.
I do have a special liking in my heart, I suppose, for Moira.
Why didn't you
But merely being a bully isn't reason enough to let someone die in the mines. I have a responsibility as foreman.
Well, I'm pretty sure they're dead anyway. Unless there was somebody else you thought got dragged down here.
I could tell you the whole list. Arngrim, Bryce, and Xerxes were sent after the Jacks.
Right?
Only Arngrim returned. The first group to come down was Tooley, Harold, Morrow, Chelsea, and Moira. They were sent to Tunnel G.
So if math serves me right, that means we think there might be 2 more people.
Possibly
How deep is Tunnel G?
hundreds of yards deep. It opens into a natural cavern. The tunnel opens into the caverns, I should say. It is one direction, but it's winding and elevation pitch changes.
So it won't do no good if we just give a big holler down Tunnel G and see if they reply back.
I don't think so.
G's what we were on. This is F, guys.
Other way.
Yeah, that's
Instead of-
Either way,
Yeah.
if we haul her down and those things are down there, she
Oh.
may not want to give away her position.
Yeah.
So we
Earlier
need to
you
go.
said it wrong. Got it.
We need to look.
We've done our due diligence and left enough supplies in every tunnel in case there was a collapse. Long enough, at least 3 weeks, so someone could survive. Knowing the time that's passed since the eternal night and the collapse in the mine and what's been accounted for, they're probably out of supplies by this point. or at least very nearing it, even if they were rationing.
Yeah, so let's hope they're irrational.
Really?
Let's go.
Hey, at least I haven't made a comment about a G-spot yet.
Yeah, it's time to go.
Let's go.
You all slip down into the cavern. Okay, to disable her explosives, you'll need to make a. Do you have martial ranged?
No.
Well, this happened last time, just not, but like 4 nights back, beneath the noble chambers. Your chance to disable this thing effectively is going to be challenging.
How many tests?
1.
So this is a martial range test?
No, skullduggery.
Skullduggery. Okay. Alright.
Numbskullery if you fail, skullduggery if you
And
win.
what was the difficulty again?
Challenging.
Challenging. Okay. 45. Okay. Success.
Nice. She begins to unspool the rope. You all slip down inside, making it almost impossible to get back inside without clambering back onto the platform. It would take time to get back up on the platform at this point. And you begin your foray into Tunnel G.
For all red, would it be a raspberry foray?
That's good.
You're just catching up, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. I've gone for a while.
I've been gone.
Is it gone for 2 weeks? Gotta.
Jeez.
Been a while.
I'm back.
For a while.
So you hop off the platform, and she begins to unspool the whatever she's using to keep all this lit. Probably a fuse and a few other backup fuses, something else, and she begins unspooling on the rope. And the tunnel you can see the tracks. You can follow the tracks at this point, and it winds to what appears to be a very narrow tunnel at first glance. There are heavy bits of lumber that they've used to keep the ceiling up. It's very low, and it's kind of like uneven. It's not like a perfect U shape. You can see cross beams this way and that supporting other walls. Every once in a while you hear the kind of crumbling of rock from the walls. You can see where some of the rock has busted through in places. It's clear that this is very, very deep, and every once in a while your lantern will catch these deep veins of iron along the wall, like iron ore. It's kind of oxidized at this point, but it's a very rich. The tunnel is very rich. You imagine there's probably hundreds of thousands of iron to still be mined down here, whereas the tunnels above were mostly stripped clean. This has been untouched. There are boxes of mining tools and picks and trenchants and shovels and other things along the way. If there are any sort of mining tools you like to pick up, but there's no gunpowder, there's nothing like that. But if you wish to pick up a mining pick or something like that, you can. No lanterns are lit, but you can see little sconces that would suspend lanterns. Every once so often, you see a bird cage. The bird cage is open, however, there's no birds inside. As if somebody had plucked them out of the cages, perhaps to eat them. Every once so often there's kind of water pooled up on the bottom of the mining tunnel in places. You just continue following the cart tracks, kind of up and down and twisting and winding. And you feel you're very, very deep beneath ground. It's a little bit unnerving. You've lost sight of the tunnel behind you because it's kind of twisted and turned its way below. And at times it can inspire some sense of claustrophobia. Fortunately, you've been down here for several hours at this point, but knowing that this is the last tunnel, and that this could be a very perilous fight if it does come to that, I need you all to attempt to resist stress with a routine resolve test.
I succeed.
7. Success.
Nice.
No.
I'm gonna reroll.
Okay. I'll take a closer roll. Gonna
I
keep,
can.
keep it? Okay. Oh, want to keep it or reroll?
I'll keep it.
Okay. What about you, Tim?
I'll keep it.
Already at -2. I may as well.
You feel pretty nervous at this point.
just gonna
The
read
deeper
bad
you
things
go,
if
you all naturally gain 3 corruption because of this. And in addition, you suffer 8 mental peril.
Oh, is that for who failed?
Yes. Yeah. Hiram, just on the edge of where the lantern doesn't reach into the darkest recesses of the tunnel, you feel like this presence up on the edge, like it's always at your back or in front of you. And because the lantern doesn't kind of like fill everywhere, it's a it's a lantern with one vent. You find yourself looking over your shoulders often because it's just fleeting shadows basically behind you until it turns into pitch black darkness. Isabella, what's Tainted Soul? What's your drawback for Tainted Soul too?
Plus 1% per chaos rank when engaging in an aggression or deception action.
That's right.
Or for every order rank, I get minus 1% to skill test for kindness and honesty.
Yeah. Nice. Add that to your attack rolls.
For kindness and honesty?
No. Is it -1 for acts of violence?
No. Aggression and deception is plus 1, but I have to use corruption to gain that bonus.
Yeah.
So
you can always fuel that if you want.
yeah, if I wanted to, I could get a plus 3%, but it's also 3 corruption.
It's
so,
true. It's true. Yeah. Okay. Does Hiram have? Sorry, does Wilson have any drawbacks or disorders?
Nope.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say if you asked me.
Nor does Lester, for that matter, I believe.
No.
That's what I thought.
I'm at close.
Eventually, the tunnel literally stops in the sense that it opens up into a massive winding cavern filled with stalactites from the ceiling and stalagmites of gray stone plunging upward. You can see that the stone is kind of tan and gray in places, and there's even kind of lines along the walls where probably the marking the passage of time would be the best way to think about it from your character's perspective. From our perspective, would be it's where water has risen and fallen in these once water-filled caverns, but they're pretty wet and damp.
There's someone behind us. Shine the light.
Get Helga.
Look behind.
Do any of these lamps have oil in them that we could light them up as we go?
You're out of the tunnels, unfortunately. So there were sconces like ringlets to hold lanterns, but those have been emptied.
Okay.
Yeah, whoever's been down here has taken the birds out of the cages and emptied all the lanterns that were in the tunnel. Now you're in the cavern where there is no light but your own. You hear the persistent dripping of water.
Oh,
There's someone behind us.
I'll hand you the. Here you go.
I take the lantern and investigate behind for a few yards.
The lantern is trembling in Hiram's hand. Like the light's kind of bouncing up and down. It's not just the flickering of light.
Somebody behind us?
I don't know. I thought for sure something was. I could just feel it. Eyes boring in the back of my head. Must be imagining things.
A muffled, pain-filled moan comes from somewhere in the caverns.
That's not ominous at all.
Anyone hear where that went? Because I'm going to try to listen for it to see if I can
I hand the lantern back to you.
You do
Most
that.
wrong person to carry the lantern.
Who did that? Which wrestler did that? I can't remember.
Which is actually funny because I have a
Hacksaw
terrible
Jim Duggan.
perception.
Jim Doug, that's right. So it's
You see the
eavesdrop.
tongue thing too, right?
And down below the earth, do you happen to have I guess you probably don't have a talent that allows you any sort of like below earth navigation. So
No.
go ahead and make a challenging eavesdrop test.
So that Hulk that did the.
Where'd it come from?
He did that. That's all I remember.
I have to flip to fail hearing because of my drawback that I get from being a
Grenadier. Yeah, it's hard to hear. Hard of hearing.
My ears still ring.
Right.
So I actually it makes it a 94 and I fail.
Oh no.
I need to make heads or tail of it. Any of you guys able to figure out where this thing's coming from?
I'll try to listen as well. I guess.
Yeah, roll challenging eavesdrop.
Yeah,
Roll challenging eavesdrop. Yeah.
Why do we let that guy try to figure it out?
Here. I have no idea.
33.
I agree with you.
Nope.
Critical failure.
It's so echoey in here.
Maybe if we all stop talking.
Did anybody succeed? No.
No, but Chuckles knows exactly where it's at.
Yeah, Chuckles, you feel. Well, I will say this: the cavern only seems to go. There's only one direction to go in the cavern. You're just not really clear where the sound is going to be, or how that may impact things in the near future if a fight breaks out.
Oh, it's over there.
Yeah. I'll take a coin
For the.
for the critical failure.
Okay.
Alright, well, I guess let's just proceed forward.
It happens.
Doesn't seem like there's anything else to do here.
This is as far as the fuse will go, Helga says. I have light, and I'll stay here if you're going to proceed forward.
Alright.
I said before, these caverns are deep and long, but they only go one direction. You should be able to follow the tracks amid that water and muck. Right there. She points at the ground. It's a bit submerged, but those are the tracks. Just keep your eyes on that. Kick around for the tracks beneath the muck in case the water has risen. You'll find your way. Sometimes the tracks rise above the water, sometimes they don't. These tunnels tend to flood. A low flood, at least. She kind of puts her hand at the bottom of her knee.
Alright.
Alright. Keep your back to a wall.
Aye.
We've trudged through worse.
The sailors!
Anyone still have their waiters now? I don't.
You don't want to wear this.
You want to wear your waders?
It's a trap.
It's a.
It prevents pestilence and disease, but it's supposed to fail athletics and coordination tests.
I'll take my chances.
In your waders?
No, without.
Yeah, you don't suspect you'll need your waders down here.
So it only goes that way. I guess we go that way.
Correct. Let's go.
Helga was right. At first you see the tracks and then they kind of disappear beneath the water in the muck. And there's places in the cavern where it's kind of filled with water. So you'll need to, who's going to lead the way? We need to pick somebody to lead the way through the caverns.
Do they have to lead with the lantern? Or can the lantern be second?
Probably, I mean, it's up to you all. How much light do you want to have on hand? But keep in mind your lantern only goes one direction. Do you have a storm lantern?
I have a lantern.
Okay. You're actually okay. A lantern's fine. It'll cast light in all directions. A storm lantern casts light in one direction, but it can. Storm lanterns cannot be extinguished.
Right.
Lanterns can. Lanterns go in all directions, 360 degrees. Storm lanterns go one direction, but can't be extinguished by dropping it. And it's waterproof.
Okay.
So you have a normal lantern, yeah. Do you want to lead the way then? Whoever wants to. Somebody can assist if they wish to.
Going. I'll go
I've
first.
got my shield and my flintlock. I guess I'll go second if you're going first.
So what, are you going to arm yourself well or just carry the lantern?
Yeah, for some reason I still have the lantern. I had the lantern last time. But yeah, I guess I'm carrying the lantern and my...
Mortuary sword, right?
Yeah, mortuary sword.
Okay.
It's two...
So you can't use Zweihander anyway.
No.
Like this. You can use a Zweihander down here. Plenty of room. It's
Oh.
not in the tunnels. Caverns
Yeah,
are
but I
wide.
don't know if I'm going to have to fight my way back through the tunnels.
That's true. That's true. Okay, so mortuary sword and lantern. You're going to have your flintlock and pistol. What about you, Lester.
And shield. Yeah.
I'm looking for a champ to give a ball to.
Come on, champ.
Yeah,
Here.
champ. You want a
Here,
ball?
cash.
Bam. Boom. Boom. Right.
What about
Bing, bing,
yourself,
boom.
Lester?
Big, big boom.
You have the
Lester.
light?
You mean Hiram?
Hiram.
Hiram, sorry.
Lester.
Lester, yes.
No, I just have
Hiram.
my stiletto. I gave the light back to Wilson.
And what about Chuckles?
Chuckles has a knuckle duster across his fingers and a cestus. So, not very good for carrying torches.
I got these. Okay.
Need a lantern shield.
That's right. Open up.
Do you have a lantern shield?
No, I need one.
You used to have one of those. He had
It has the
a
blinding quality.
Yeah.
Used to have one a long time ago. It was great.
Flash. Holds a candle, not a lantern, technically.
Right,
But
yeah.
just call lantern shield regardless.
Next one.
You begin to proceed into the tunnel, or into the cavern. You hear this kind of faint. You hear this faint echo. Oh, do you want to? Oh, so you want the pain to end, Harold? Is that what you need? And then there's another muffled cry coming from somewhere inside the caverns. Like it's being echoed off the walls in here, off the ceiling, off the floor, off whatever.
Do we say hello?
It's very, very faint.
I don't make any of the rules.
Let's
Doesn't
go
seem
on,
like the type of person you say hello to.
let's go on slow and get the jump on him.
We can attempt that.
All right. So finding your way through the tunnels, you will need to roll an easy survival test. Isabella.
Survival?
Yeah. You're leading. Who's leading the way? Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm leading the way.
Sorry. Yeah. So sorry. It's Wilson. Easy survival
Jesus
test.
fuck, does anybody else want to lead?
Can I assist him since I'm right behind him?
You have the rank in survival.
I
you
oh
sure?
no, I don't have. But I have navigation. Would that help?
I'll give you a +10 to your. I'll make it trivial for you instead, Wilson. I can't give you an assist die because you don't have a skill rank, but I'll give you a bonus.
Okay.
So make it trivial survival.
Trivial survival.
I
It's
should have
flip to
survival.
fail, right?
No.
No.
Yeah, it's
No, it's
got
not
a
a
start.
got a
Oh,
star
it is
next
a
to it.
word.
Yeah, it's got a star. It's what to fail.
Crap.
Okay, that's what I thought. So
Always been.
No.
No.
no, that's why I
wasn't
was
always,
like.
but-
when
We'll
did
need
it
to
change?
update your character sheets with the appropriate
All right,
special skills.
71. I got a 24, which is a 42, which is under the 71. We're good.
Nice. Oh! You hear kind of a muffled scream once again.
Does it sound human?
Ish. You hear a voice once again. We've been weeks down here. You haven't begun to pay.
No. I think somebody's getting back after somebody.
Maybe they need to give him some credit.
I want you to feel everything. Another muffled scream. Continue slowly, cautiously, carefully.
Whatever she tells me to do, yeah, sure.
Yep.
When we're sloshing through water, I mean, I got a giant fucking lantern and an empty black cave. I'm pretty sure they can see us.
Are you? Well, so
Running through a dark cave that's filled with water probably seems like the way to kill ourselves or follow.
You begin to notice that along the walls, because they are wet, they're capturing light from a distant tunnel in the cavern.
Oh, there's light.
You think that there's light somewhere inside the cave. It went too fast for Thule. Another voice. Another muffled scream. You see the tracks rise above the water. There's a mining cart. It's filled with ore. The light is growing stronger the further you go into the cavern, reflecting off the walls somewhere within here. Do you want to try to gain any sort of element of surprise?
Yeah, I would like to.
So I'll start to hand back the lantern
Yep.
until it gets back to you.
It's clear that
Yeah,
this is
right.
that this cave will terminate into a chamber at some point. The light is growing stronger and stronger. You can smell the scent of a fire, like burning, like a fire, like a campfire.
I'll take the lantern and go to the back.
Okay. I'll put my shield on.
Okay. Who wants to gain the element of surprise? Raise your hand.
Thumbs up, soldier.
Okay. All right.
Like an
You all need. Those are going to attempt that. Need to make a standard stealth test.
If I knew that was going to be the response, then I
Don't
should've
worry, guys. I'm
kept my
right here
hand
with the
out.
gear.
I should have went back there with Lester.
Another roll.
Reroll.
Success.
Standards.
Anybody fail? Oh.
Of course.
Well, it's not a matter of not remaining hidden. It's a matter of whether or not whoever's at the other end of the tunnel will discover you. As those who fail, anybody critically fail?
No.
So just basically, it's just kind of an anxiety-inducing event. 6 mental peril.
Okay, good.
I'm good. You can feel your heart quaking a little bit, but other than that, nothing. You reach what is clearly the end of the chamber. Clearly.
Misfortune.
A pale-skinned woman with wild brown hair and filthy miner's clothing slowly drags the point of a pick across the face of another dark-skinned person bound in rope and gagged with a filthy cloth. They've been down here for weeks. The captive can't use his voice to scream, but his eyes reveal his terror. Moira sees nothing. You can see that they're positioned near what looks like a would-be campfire at the very far end of this cavern. There are open chests and crates. There's nothing inside them. Everything they've had has been expended. They look dirty, filthy, tired. Not far from here, you can see what looks like a body behind a stalagmite on the ground, but you can only see their boots, and they're just on the very, very edge of your light. They are covered in muck and mud, hardened mud, caked mud. As for Moira and the person she has bound up, though, his face is covered in blood. She's torturing him. She has not spotted any of you either. You can see a number of mining carts winding their way toward her as well, as you're probably at least 20-ish yards away from her. But the burning of the bonfire is bright enough to where you're in fleeting shadows and you can see her, but she can't see you. The shadows of what's happening kind of arches on the top of the wall behind them. The mining pick looking more like a talon. Her eyes wild and wide. The person she's torturing, horrified, and in sheer panic. What do you want to do?
I want to try to get the jump on her, sneak up behind her.
That's what I was gonna signal to Lester to do since we know each other well enough.
You know?
Hiram. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Hiram. Damn it! It's the only person I know at the damn party besides you. No one's name. Yeah.
You know him so well. You can't remember his
Yeah,
name.
that's what I was gonna try and signal him. I know he has the ability to.
Sneak up there.
Yeah.
As you begin to do that, you turn on heel. Hiram, there's something behind you. There's something in the darkness behind you. Please give me one as well.
I'll take one as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Break attention.
Or excuse me, give you a beep. We don't advertise for
I'll have a code.
here. As you're at this point, as you're sneaking forward, we'll just kind of go around the table. Let's kind of see what your characters may want to do here. So we're not actually in combat, unless you want to initiate combat. What do you think your character would want to do, Chuckles?
He would.
You all can work together, obviously. It may just be better for you all to talk about it in character as opposed to having me ask you turn by turn.
I was going to try and stay back a little bit to give Hiram the chance because.
Yeah, Chuck's first inclination would be to go and talk to her because she's obviously given in to.
So let's not talk about what your character would do. Let's talk in character about what you all are going to communicate together. What you want to do.
Oh, so we're out of earshot at first before we.
Yes, you're out of earshot.
Okay, so
knock
I'm
the
gonna
hell out, and then let's get the hell out of this.
I'm gonna
mess.
come up behind her and knock her out with my blackjack.
That's what I would say as well. Disable her and let's get her out of here.
And then these people can work this shit out because it's got nothing to do with me.
Right.
Correct.
I'll get my pay and move on.
Mm-hmm.
We've
Yes.
got to get back to the city.
Mm-hmm.
The city's half burned. We don't even know what's happened.
It's not on us to solve whatever their grievances are with each other. She just asked us to find her.
And as far as I'm concerned,
So-
these pieces of shit deserve what they got. So
Eh,
maybe a little
Well,
harsh.
they dug too deep.
There you go.
But
I say knock her out, drag her and Pin back to Helga. We go back up top.
Kill any red caps you see.
if you can knock her out, that's good. If not,
I'll keep an eye on our backs.
we need to find a way to make sure it doesn't evolve into us having to kill her.
Watch out, there's something in the darkness watching us.
We'll keep an eye out for him.
Probably. Always something in the darkness. Well, I'm going to sit over to the side just in case things turn bad. Got my gun.
Alright.
And I'll also be ready to charge.
I'll go in with you if we have to go in. Take a shot and then follow.
So you want to sneak forward, Hiram?
Battle buddies unite.
As you begin to kind of, that's right. As you begin to yes, sir, form of a battle buddy. I'll be your shield, and I'll be a bucket of water. It's like he goes, form of a tusked elephant. I'll be a thumbtack.
Right. The guy always the guy twin was always the most random, stupidest thing. The girl twin was the coolest thing. I was all like,
Same in Jaina. Where's Glee?
I'm gonna be a griffin. I'd like to be a stapler. I got a rock.
So, Hiram, you begin to sneak forward. Splashing a bit in the muck and the mud and the water, kind of getting closer. And it's clear that this must be Moira. And you're kind of creeping toward her through the caverns and actually have to clamber over the mining carts laden with iron to get there. So constricted is the path between the stalagmites and stalactites. So every move you make could potentially disrupt what's inside the carts. I need you to make a standard stealth test. And what is your movement?
My movement is 10.
I'm sorry, my apologies, what's your agility bonus?
My agility bonus is 7.
So you can move 6 yards. Every 6 yards you'll need to make a test. And you're 15-ish yards out. So we'll have you make 2 tests. The first is standard.
it's Gmo Pop.
Reroll.
Ooh, we'll take that coin.
Nope, didn't make it.
Oh no. Well,
We've been buying crops for
what I didn't tell you is this is a fail forward test. So you sneak forward, but of course you're kind of getting in your own head for a moment. Maybe something is in fact behind you. You hear the splashing of water and the dripping of water from the caverns, and you hear something in the darkness. You swear, as you suffer 5 mental peril.
okay.
You clamber over one of the mining carts, and you see Hiram freeze for a moment and kind of look toward the ceiling of the cavern, and then drops down behind the mining cart, and you can see him clambering over them along the tracks. Go ahead and make your next stealth test.
How many of these carts are in the way? I'm sorry.
There's about 7.
Holy crap.
Yeah, this is where they're kind of chained. They're kind of coupled together down here.
So
I'm gonna take a smelling salt
Okay.
before I do that.
You get a corruption for that, of course.
Okay. Don't want to pass out here. And this is standard again?
Yes.
Okay. Critical failure.
Oh, you are revealed. Sploosh, sploosh, and you see the woman kind of turn toward you, and her eyes are like super dilated, like strangely dilated. And she kind of like, who's there? She says, kind of in a harsh whisper.
ah, shit.
She lifts her mining pick. She doesn't seem to see you, but she heard you out there behind the mining cart. You're kind of below a mining cart right now and kind of peeking over the top of it.
I'm just like completely silent. Not moving at all. I'm just gonna wait for her to start moving around to try to find me.
You want to hunker down lower? As you hunker down lower, belly to the ground, you can see right below the mining cart and the wheels and the tracks, you can see down along the ground the bottom of her boots in the fire, a little bit further out from her, about 9 yards out. Not only that, you can see one of the victims that you had seen behind the stalagmite earlier. Your eyes pass toward it, but they're not covered in dirt and earth. It's almost like they've been turned to stone.
Do we hear that she said who's there or whatnot?
Oh, yes.
Can we see
Then-
her?
Oh,
From where you're at, kind of, yeah. You can see her shadow on the cavern wall. You can see her passing between the stalagmites near the fire.
as soon as I see her shadow get up to investigate, I'll call out and be like, "We're here to rescue you," so that like it draws her attention towards us.
You want to yell out?
Yeah, I'll yell out, "We're here to rescue you."
We've already been discovered.
Helga sent us.
She pauses. You see her pick, where you're at, her pick kind of lowers. It's too late. It's too late for Harold. It's too late for me. And it's too late for you. We're all trapped down here. Down here.
We're not.
There's no leaving.
Wait.
No leaving.
No, but we got down here. We can get you back out. That's why we're here.
We got the elevator working.
She's trying to find you all, looking around like this. Her pick is dropped. Her victim is now lying on the ground, prostrate, clearly, who has been suffering quite a bit of torture, physical torture.
How do we move these carts out of the way so we can help you? Is there
There's
somebody
no-
injured?
Quick, come forward, come here, quick, she says. It's out there, it's stalking us. It's gonna kill you. Quick, come to the fire, come to the light, she says.
I go towards the light.
Who's forward?
You all want to run toward her? You
Well.
heed her call.
They go, I go. The
Yeah.
last one there.
Start moving towards
I
her.
would say if Chuckles is going, go.
What about you, Hiram?
Still hiding.
Okay. You need to make a challenging resolve test to not be captivated.
Okay. Nope. Didn't make it.
Reroll. Oh, one more coin.
Should I?
Look at you.
Yeah, why not? Nope. Didn't make it.
Yeah, I mean, your friends are going, and you definitely feel a kind of preternatural pull to go there. I mean, what if there is something out there? After all, you think there is something in the darkness, Hiram. Hiram leaves his hiding place over the carts and accompanies you toward her. As you grow closer, her eyes are completely wide. Her hair is wild and mud crusted. Or is that something over her head? You're not really sure. She's wearing like a coif over her hair. As you approach, her face is wan, like she hasn't eaten in days. She speaks in a low voice. There's something out there.
Yeah, we already killed that.
Yeah, we'll call the red caps.
No. It did this. She points. She's a very short woman. She points toward what you thought was one of her victims, but there's this person who looks like he was trying to run away, but he's lying on the ground prostrate and like he was carved of stone.
We watched you do it. These men used to pick on you.
Stay in the light. She won't approach if we're near the fire.
She?
Yes,
Who's she?
the Dark Stalker. The thing that wanders the caverns.
So why don't we just take a lantern and get back out of here?
I've already tried that.
Okay.
What?
How would you have done that with the elevator broken?
What do you mean?
Well, the elevator was broken. How would you have gotten out of here even if you did have light?
We can't get out. You have to build a fire high. It keeps the thing at bay.
Huh.
Torches aren't strong enough. Nor lanterns.
When we got here, fine.
What about a lot of torches and lanterns? Make it as bright as the fire.
You want to take that risk?
I got an idea.
Yes.
We empty out one of these carts, fill it with things that burn, and then we push the cart as like a big bonfire.
She turns toward
Big rolling bonfire, yeah.
She turns toward the campfire. I've already splintered all the crates. Any firewood that's there is inside the fire now, and it's been burning low for 6 hours.
Well, then your best bet is for us to at least try to get out of here.
There's
Out of
nothing-
wood.
What are we gonna burn? She says.
I guess iron don't burn and there ain't no coal in here.
We got lanterns. Multiple.
It's not bright enough.
I mean, we just
Well-
got here.
The fire had to be high and hot to get it to stay in the shadows.
Yeah, but you said you're out of wood at this point, which means that's gonna go out.
Yes. She looks down toward the man who's still bound and gagged on the ground, his face completely torn to ribbons, but still somehow alive, sobbing, his eyes swelled with tears.
I'll try and do what I can for him immediately. You know, to
As you approach him, she leaps in front of you. Don't touch him.
Why not?
Harold is mine.
Is your what?
He's as good as dead. She holds the pickup menacingly.
Uh-huh.
Alright. I think you have lost one of your birds in your brain. So,
Oh, I hate the birds.
we know that.
Yep.
You ate the birds out of your brain, too. So, let's...
It's time for us to go.
But there's no
One way or
fire
another.
we can burn to keep it away. Do you have...
We've got a bunch of firewood back at the at the end of the tunnel. There's plenty.
No,
We'll bring it back.
no.
Just come with us.
It's between here and the tunnel back to the elevator. It stalks out in the cave. See it? Right there! She points toward the darkness.
I look.
Shadows. Fleeting shadows. Tricks of the eye. Illusions, perhaps. Sounds. Strange sounds. But are they whatever she's speaking about?
Well, either you're gonna die because that fire's gonna go out, if that's what's really gonna happen, or we attempt to take a bunch of lanterns and go back
We're
now.
all gonna die down here.
Well, I'm gonna try not to. See, that's the thing. I don't want to die down here.
She's waiting for you.
Well, that's great. I'm waiting for her. So we're gonna go, and you should come with. Harold's coming with, and if you want to go with Harold, you're gonna go with too.
He's not going anywhere.
Yeah, no, he is.
She kind of positions herself between him and you.
Is this what we're really gonna do? Really?
It's clear that she is beyond reasoning. She's been down here for weeks.
Alright. What do you want to do here?
Well, it's either we knock her out, and we take Harold with us, and her, or...
There's another one over there, too.
Well, I don't know that there's much we can do for,
I want to go to the other
Boulder.
one and, like, touch it.
You, as this is all kind of happening, Lester, you kind of are over near the other victim, and at first it did look like they were in fact just covered in caked in mud. You kind of slowly reach your hand out and touch it, and it's frozen stiff as a statue. Shot of rock, petrified.
Huh. It doesn't look like I have the lamp. It doesn't look like it's a carving, right?
No. There,
Huh.
it's almost like the body was lying on the ground trying to flee like this, with the arms up.
Huh. Either this is like the best work I've ever seen, or this person's actually frozen.
You hear this hideous chirping out in the darkness, Hiram. Almost the sound of like some kind of... You all hear it too.
Huh.
The fire is getting lower.
we're going now.
With what light? She says.
The lanterns, because it's all we've got.
If I look for the lanterns, are they like here?
No. So the lanterns were hanging in the. They were
Okay,
in the
they were
tunnels, and
sliding
she'd
in
emptied
there.
them of oil. It's clear that she'd been scavenging whatever supplies she could to survive in this far corner of the cavern. She had been using a mining pick to slowly to bash this crate open and throw it into the fire. It's by far the last one. There are some open, empty leather packs everywhere, but nothing that would readily burn. They're weatherproof. There is literally no wood left, save for what's inside the fire.
How hard is it to push these carts?
Well, there's 7 of them strung together and they're laden with iron. Normally, carts like these would be pushed individually, one by one. And you'd imagine it's pretty arduous. But they're coupled together, like they were shoved together, perhaps out of desperation to keep whatever it is away from this part of the tunnel. But
Right.
Moira is clearly convinced that something out there is that the only thing that can hold it at bay is this bonfire, this campfire that she's built.
If you wish to perish down here, then you can do so, but I'm taking Harold and we're going.
What will you use to convince her with?
Why not? I'll try to intimidate her.
That's probably appropriate. It's a routine test.
You want some help on that?
Sure.
I mean, I don't.
Sit behind me taller. You said routine? 61 will get it.
Nice.
No, I need help.
We can go back, but he's staying here. She turns around and buries the pick in the middle of his head, just like that. You hear this stunk sort of sound as it kind of penetrates the center of his flesh and skull. She spits on the ground.
I'm gonna attempt to knock her out with the butt of my gun while she's got her back turned to do that.
Okay.
You need to roll here, Daniel.
Yeah, I need to do that.
Posing rolls.
Let's get some initiative up for her. And, well, whatever else is out there. So, we give me a thing from Moira. Moira will have a 7 plus 3, a 10. M-O-I-R-A, yeah. And then with the Stalker,
Oh, you're actually gonna name something.
it also has, it's a 14.
Stalker.
I'm at 6.
Has an 8 for its perception bonus.
Ortiz.
Based on her,
So you good?
yeah, based on
Okay,
her
good
kind
job.
of crazed ravings and killing Harold at this point, you'll get the jump on her, Sabella. You want to use knockout?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What's the roll?
Works for me. It's a perilous stun. It's 1 action point.
You want me to do it? Flip the film on.
I don't think that you're probably close enough, however, so you're going to need to hustle up to her first.
I mean, I was moving forward towards Harold, but
I don't think you're engaged
No,
with her.
that's fine.
Yeah, I think you'll need to spend an action point to hustle, and then just spend 1 action point to attempt a stunning blow. Athletics or interrogation, up to you.
That's true. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do an aim.
So take aim,
Yep.
and then use athletics or interrogation.
I will use athletics. Yep, 38 will get it.
Nice. Well, she's defenseless, so she can't resist. So she takes as she turns around, and begins to talk. Sabella takes the butt end of the pistol, whack across her jaw, and Moira goes spinning onto the ground, lying right beside the dead Harold, the dead person she'd been torturing.
Did she do the glass Joe?
Great. Well, I guess we take this one back. I don't know what to do about that one. She points the one that's been converted
They're dead.
to a rock.
I mean, we've all seen them. They're dead. She
Let's
killed the one.
Let's tend to the
one
living
was
one.
At least turned into rock.
It's time to go.
Yeah. Let's
look,
go.
Let's look at this. The guy over here on the ground.
What about him? The dead one or the dead one? Which one?
Oh, she got him. Okay. We didn't interrupt it. She definitely killed him.
She put her miner's pick through his skull.
Right. Okay.
Dan's
I was
I didn't get a
confused. I thought we.
No, I didn't get a chance to interrupt
thought you
that.
interrupted.
I
She
just
finally
knocked her
buried
out
the
because
axe.
I don't trust
With
her
Okay.
to walk back with her.
All right. Well, yeah. It's time to go then.
Should have bone to pick
Yeah.
with him.
What a buff.
We leave Moira here.
Bone
No, we're
pick
getting
in
her
harmony.
back. Somebody's got to carry her.
You pick her up. Who's picking her up?
I mean, we can still try clearing out one of these carts. Can we uncouple it?
I'll pick her up.
The carts are right in fleeting shadows. They're not in the perfect light. They're just on the edge of the light.
We're gonna bring the lantern.
Isn't there a
now.
way to dump them? Like, they're really easy to dump, right?
Yeah. Who wants to do it?
I mean,
I'll go.
yeah, I'll hold the light for him so we can see how to do it. I don't know anything about mining, but I'm pretty sure they don't make it hard for miners.
That's right. So as you begin to move away from the fire, you can
I
hear
don't know.
the distant chirping and chattering grow louder, even with the lantern in hand.
That shit's chirping out here again. You guys might want to light another lantern.
I'll take out a torch and light it.
Well, I've got a lantern on my belt that I would point to if you don't have one.
You light that too.
Alright. Well,
Light up everything we got.
Light if you got them.
Got an extra torch or anything? I'll carry it.
got a
I
torch.
hand it. I was gonna say I have torches. So
You ignite the torch, you ignite the lantern, and another lantern. As you get closer to the mining cart, the chirping grows louder. The fire is dwindling. It has maybe an hour and a half left. You hear the tumbling of rock. Something's moving among the shadows above your head. You raise your lantern. There's just stone, wet stone.
All right.
Told you I wasn't imagining things. You hear it.
Put the dead body in first, and then put her on top. Let's push.
sounds good.
You begin dumping out the iron, pulling the lever, and kind of dumping it over surreptitiously on the side of the cavern. With a groan and a push, you decouple the foremost of mining carts. You're now outside of the light of the fire completely. It's now just wet and reflective on the distant cavern wall. You place Moira inside of it. The chirping and the sounds grow louder. Something's near you. Something's in the light, but you can't see it. Something is there. Wilson, what are you gonna do?
Me?
Yeah.
Can I use awareness to try and determine where this thing, the chirping's coming from?
Yeah. You begin looking around desperately to find where this thing is. It's going to be an arduous test.
No, okay. Perception. Alright. Got an 11% chance. And I rolled an 06.
Wow.
Nice.
I've rolled in the 90s all day, and then all of a sudden.
You know what that was?
At first, you swear you see something, almost like your eyes are playing tricks on you, like something is there. You can't really tell what it is, but there's this like presence that's there, like this kind of physicality that's right in front of you, all around you. In fact, the thing is so large, and before you can even touch it, it's been out of grasp. Like it's somewhere between here and like it's not real, like it's a dream. Like this doesn't seem real.
Solid. No, it's gone. I don't know. So I can't obviously do anything else.
It's one action point.
Can I try to find it again?
Sure.
I mean, obviously.
You see it once again out there in the light, like the light, like it's like almost like the shifting of a light. Like if you can imagine, like a light filter in like a movie, where the light kind of changes subtly, like the color changes
Predator.
subtly.
You just mean the Predator, right?
Yeah, well, not like that. Not like it's not infravision. It's like scintillating light. Like when you look at light in a certain way in a film, it's like a strange light kind of passes across, like it doesn't make any sense to it. You just can't describe it. It just doesn't make any sense. Something is out there, though. It's right in front of you. It's right in front of you. You can feel the hair on the back of your neck raising, the hackles on the back of your neck. You get goosebumps down your arms. You can see this thing, but you can't describe what it is. It's right in front of you.
Can I hit it?
We want to swing at it.
I got my sword in my hand.
Okay. Go and make a swing.
I mean,
This is an arduous martial melee.
I might actually have a chance on this.
Can I announce battle buddy on him?
Not your turn.
Well, I just didn't know.
I'm gonna issue a challenge on it too.
Okay.
Whatever the hell that is, I'm gonna hit it. I can't. I obviously can't aim now, so.
Shoot magic missile in the darkness.
56. I hit.
Nice. Your weapon strikes whatever would be best to describe it as, and as your sword swings out, you see this frightening thing take shape, materializing in the air in front of you. This tattered, moth-eaten death shroud floating in the air, and beneath the shroud its legs seem to be levitating above the ground, for lack of a better term, and it's the carcass of this thing. You can see that there's what looks like there's no organs. There's just like almost petrified bone. And the shroud's hood kind of is over its face. You can't see its face, but there's this long, crooked arm holding what looks like an ethereal lantern in one hand, and a sword materializes in the other. You don't hurt it, but you do bring it into the material realm, at least. Now have how many action points left? Use one. Use one to find it. One to find it again, and one to attack.
Yep. No.
Right. So you're out of AP.
Yeah. Which is fine. I have light range.
And it's my turn.
It's here now.
Yep. So the thing materializes almost directly in front of Wilson. So if we're looking at the battle map, it's right here, floating above the ground. This strange dark specter with this weird hidden face beneath its deep hood. A very deep hood. So, the question is, if we go back to the top of the initiative, which is now Hiram. Hiram, what do you want to do?
I am going to. We're pretty crowded in here, so I'm going to try to go around and clamber over these mine carts. Just try to get around to the other side.
Each of those mining carts costs 2 movement to go over.
Okay.
FYI.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Hustling just for one?
And then I'll hustle again.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You were able to make it?
Yeah,
Oh,
I made
wow.
Nice.
it.
So you've spent 2 action points at this point, is that correct?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna bake my last AP.
You sure?
Well, no, I'm fine. I'm gonna attack it.
Are you beside it? Yeah, you're pretty close. Yeah.
As long as I can attack around that corner.
What are you going to use to attack it with?
A stiletto.
Well, you do have your stiletto in hand.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll to strike. This is going to be a standard test.
Standard test.
You get a sense of whatever this specter on the edge of reality is bigger than you.
I missed.
Your weapon finds no purchase as the thing seems to almost dart away, floating in the air. This death shroud in tow. Lester, you're up. What do you want to do?
Well, you know, Lester's pretty used to throwing through linemen, so he's going to go ahead and light one of his balls on fire. These are not gunpowdered yet.
That's right.
I haven't ever done gunpowdered shots yet.
Light one of his balls on.
Goodness gracious.
That's right.
These are goodness gracious great balls of fire.
You ignite one of the pigskins you prepared.
Yeah. And then, I'm going to throw it over the shoulders, between the two guys. And,
Right in the pocket.
Yeah, right through the pocket.
Right in the pocket.
And we're going to see if we can get one of these guys.
Thread the lace. Sir.
Yep.
Thread the
Make
lace.
that first down.
The thing, this
Thread the needle.
Laces out.
I would say,
Thread
this
the needle.
thread lace.
dark spirit. You can go ahead and
Thread the
change it to dark spirit on the board if you don't mind. This dark spirit is right in front
Oh,
of.
now we're not a stalker.
Is right in front of Wilson. So go ahead and roll a hard
Let's keep making
test.
names up
Okay.
here.
I didn't.
Donnie. Hard. Darko.
36, 39. So close.
You need to change that so I remember what it is, please. Thank you.
Donnie Darko.
You want to re-roll that?
I don't think we have any coins to reroll.
We don't.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Well, that's good. Okay. Well, it whiffs.
Oh no.
It strikes up there and ignites somewhere out there, but nowhere near the
You know,
the dark spirit.
it's like a tracer round, all right? It's still out there. Leading the way.
Just on fire behind him.
On fire behind.
Yeah.
And then,
This gives them
Yeah, I'll bang my last AP.
Looking backward.
Okay. Chuckles, what do you want to do?
No, we skipped Lester.
Oh, so sorry.
No, you didn't.
No, we didn't.
No, Lester just
Hire-
went. Hiram
no,
Lester.
Mary did.
Yeah.
Hiram went.
It's your
Yeah,
turn,
I
Chuck.
He moved up and tried to stab.
I'm
I don't know. Is there enough room up there for?
There's not enough room for me, so I will bank all my AP.
Okay.
Well, that's not gonna.
All right. Well,
Nothing right
let's spend a misfortune point. And as you all are looking at this dark spirit kind of taking shape, it's almost like the shroud kind of opens up. And within the shroud, you don't see the rough spun wool. You see darkness, another world. And suddenly spirits begin pouring out of it from around it, surrounding all of you. You must all attempt to resist with scrutinize to withstand stress. To make sense of this strange thing. Yeah.
What was the difficulty again?
It's going to be challenging.
Okay, 33.
25.
15 success.
10. I don't know how that works.
Success.
Failure.
Failure. Okay.
Regular failure.
And I need a -3 on my initiative.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Well, Sabella,
You said stress, right?
it is stress,
Yep.
and you feel convinced that these spirits around you are going to cause you harm. Everyone else, you have resisted this. Oh, you failed too?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah. So you suffer 3 corruption, along with 9 mental peril.
I'm good.
And both Lester, you and Sabella fully believe that you are being threatened by spirits rushing all around you. For the rest of you, you see the spirits dissipate. They don't seem to take shape in reality. They appear to be nothing more than an illusion, perhaps. But there's no convincing Wilson or Sabella otherwise. They're kind of batting and Sabella and
Like
Lester.
cats?
You
They're
just
kind of like
are
looking all
not
around
Lester
you.
tonight.
Yeah, I'm not
Right,
Lester.
you're not Lester.
You're not.
They're kind of looking around, watching around them,
Just can swap
as you are convinced that there are these other spirits here. This illusion will outlast for an hour, coincidentally.
Okay.
So that's my misfortune point I spent. And then you see this thing dissipate, like the threads of the shroud tear apart until there's only tiny threads, and then they're gone. But you can feel this dark presence all around you, everywhere around you. Particularly you, Wilson. Like something is right in front of you. Okay. It is now Wilson's turn. What will you do, Wilson?
I don't see anything again.
No.
I guess I'm gonna have to look for it again.
Okay. Make an
I'm never gonna be able to get it again.
make an
Arduous.
arduous awareness test. Yeah.
I'm not the person
See
to do
it, to
this.
find it, to sense its presence.
Not even close.
You spend an action point to kind of search around desperately, and you could feel something is there. Like once again, there's goosebumps on your arms. You could feel that something is there. You just can't see it. You have 2 action points remaining.
Get that cart and move with me. I got the lantern and the sword, and I'm just gonna move forward.
Okay. You want to hustle forward?
Gonna walk forward.
Okay.
See what happens.
Okay. How far?
My movement's 8 for the first round. For the first,
Hustle.
I guess whatever that.
So
We all got light at this point. I'm not leaving anybody behind.
right as you pass through it, you feel something, a brush with death at your back as it just goes. The slow hand extends out from, you all can see it, but he can't, as it makes an opportunity attack. a 29, which hits.
Can I dodge? I have lightning reaction.
It's opportunity attack,
Okay.
which you
can't
can't
do that.
dodge or parry. As this occurs, you actually suffer 12 peril. As you feel, it's 12 physical peril. Sorry, mental peril. My apologies.
Okay.
I'd like to see if I could.
I make ignore one.
I'd like to see if I could spend a coin to edit the situation.
What would you like to do?
I'd like to be able to. I said bank, but that was a mistake. I'd like to be able to take my action now with that coin because I made a mistake and said bank. But seeing it reform, I'd like to rush forward and attack it. Now that I see it attacking.
You can do so,
Wilson.
but you can't charge or run. You can hustle.
Can't
though.
do that anyway.
Okay. Sure, you can do that. I'll take the coin. Or, sorry, because you said your intention was actually to wait, not to bank AP, don't worry about spending the coin.
Oh, okay.
So let's go ahead and move your character forward. Go ahead and spend your 3 action points.
Okay. So movement is 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As I come towards it, that's 1 AP to hustle.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would like to take aim at whatever this is I see. And then strike out towards its midsection with a knuckle duster.
Sure. It's going to be a standard test.
Okay. So standard will be 52%. That won't do it. It's a 90 something. It's a 97.
Ooh.
And so then that's it for me.
Go ahead and move Chuckles below Wilson, as he just took his turn. We assume he was holding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so B, now you're C.
Well, I mean, you don't really need to change values at this point.
Okay.
You want to do ABC as an example. That's not necessary. Same, just as an example, on your initiative ladder, you don't need to record ABC any longer. You just record 14, 14, 14. That's all that matters.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just thought it was easier. It's easier for me.
Yeah, whatever's easy for you. I mean, once again, the initial ladder is not going to be jockeyed that much.
No, I mean, this is just for
Yeah.
me to put up there in the beginning.
So, Sabella, what do you want to do?
So I am going to start off with attempting some inspiring words, because at this moment she's freaked out and she figures if she can maybe inspire everyone around her, it might help her out. So I'm going to attempt that.
What's your current damage condition track?
Moderate.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be challenging. Sorry, standard. My apologies.
That's leadership. So 50. Success.
Nice.
So she's going to
Plus
call
one.
out. She's going to call out to everyone. They're all around us, but we can push forward and give everybody +1 on their damage and peril threshold, as well as +3 initiative.
Nice.
So that will put us all up above the spirit again.
Spirit in the sky. So even you? Even
Well, it
though
puts me
you're-
14. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Weird.
Would that put me
Just
above?
put yourselves all the way above the spirit. That's right. Just move the spirit down is all you need to do, Tim.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Son of a squirrel.
So that's one of my AP. Also, I'm going to declare my battle buddy.
Okay.
Wilson.
Wilson Thornton.
Yes.
Wilson.
And then there's nowhere I can get to it to swing. If I fire and people are engaged with it, then that means that I chance hitting them, right?
Yep. Always that chance.
Good thing you rose their damage threshold.
That's true.
I'm just shooting you in the back. No big deal.
Don't worry about
What's the
it.
You know
worst
what?
that happen?
I'm gonna take aim and I'm gonna fire anyway. 'Cause why not?
Yeah.
Let's go for it. I want that thing dead.
Okay. You take aim and fire. It's going to be a hard test.
Hard?
Yeah.
Yeah. You take aim just changes your base chance.
No, that's fine. Let's see.
So you add the 10% to yours.
Yeah, because it doesn't
If you
change
wanna think
the
about it.
range, change the base chance.
No, that's fine.
It's challenging if you want to think about it that way. That's how I do it in my brain.
Success.
Nice.
27.
Boom! You pull the trigger on the gunpowder weapon and it passes through it, doing nothing. It does not find perch. It just seems to pass through the shadow, ricocheting off the wall.
Oh, I didn't hit anybody.
Ricochet rabbit.
Yeah.
And that's it for me.
So, Moira, are you going to remove her from the list, please?
Okay.
And then we'll move next to Hiram.
Okay. I thought it was a spirit.
Here.
No, it's down below.
No.
Oh, okay.
It
We
already
just all
went
moved
She
up
got
and goes
moved
into
because
it.
I
Yeah.
moved initiative.
Initiative was shifted, but it doesn't suddenly get another turn. You did though.
That'd be BS.
Awesome.
I moved the spirit down, so now I get to attack again.
Man.
Alright, so I can see it's in front of me right now, right? How big is this thing?
It's like,
What's that?
How big is it?
Big
Well,
ish.
it's large and
In charge.
wide and
Like large size?
yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll work. It's a good way to describe it.
Okay. So
It's in itself. Its body is emaciated and broken and ancient, but its great voluminous cape, or whatever it was buried in, this moth-eaten death shroud is massive and seems to undulate with its own wind beneath it.
I'm gonna try to tackle it. Like
It's in the air. You can't do that.
I can't jump into the air.
No,
Okay.
we don't think that will work. One could say
How
it's
high in the air?
a little bit taller than what you could reach with your hands.
So I can't reach it to hit it?
With a weapon, you could.
Okay.
Try and light it on fire. Get a torch in
The
here.
best way to think about this mechanically is that it's immune to takedowns.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just it's flying too high in the air, floating,
I will-
levitating.
I will swing at it with my torch. Try to catch it on fire.
You lunge forward with the torch. Okay, roll to hit.
Okay.
It is going to be a standard test.
Alright.
It is large.
Standard combat. Success.
Nice. Okay. Combat bonus, brawn bonus plus 1d6 damage.
$10 damage.
Nice. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't look like fire hurts it. But it is only lightly wounded. Remember with torches, and your torch is extinguished. Remember with whenever you use weapons, whenever you use weapons that can immolate, if you deal an injury instead, they are on fire.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
So you snuff out your torch as you strike it with the fire. But clearly the thing, it kind of pulls back. It makes this really strange sound. It's really hard to describe. It's a very unusual sound of somewhat mix of pain and sorrow. Like an ancient lamentation.
Do we all see that?
Yeah. Yes, you do. You sure do.
It's like the shit monster. It's fire.
It's always fire.
It seems like it. Good job, Hiram.
Alright, thanks. I guess I'll just bank my last two. Well, it's floating. I can't. I guess I can. I'll
relay
move.
torch.
I'm engaged with it. I'll disengage.
Maneuver for 2 AP.
Just maneuver for 2
Where are you going to
AP, like,
maneuver to?
back.
Okay.
Like that?
You can go whenever you maneuver. This is a new change. You can maneuver up to 3 yards.
Okay.
How far?
3 yards.
Like there?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay.
All right. Who's next?
Lester.
He who shall not be named.
He's gonna say,
Hiram.
mind the
Wait,
car,
Hiram.
as I'm gonna like tell you to get out of my way, as I'm gonna
Yeah.
wait.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. So go ahead and move Lester's name to the side on the initiative ladder. Remember, to interrupt a foe, you will spend a coin. Spend a fortune token, rather, to interrupt whenever you wait.
Redo.
I'm waiting for him to get out of the way because I don't
Yeah.
want to run him over with a cart.
Yeah, 'cause I got
Totally got it. Totally understand now.
Got it. Yeah, so just a quick point of reference.
Yeah, should
So
be able
you're-
to sneak in after Chuckles.
So
before
you're gonna
Sabella.
slide down below Chuckles.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the idea.
Yeah. So
One way or another, this pain train's moving.
yeah, so whenever you wait, your initiative doesn't change due to waiting, but you spend a fortune point to interrupt a foe's turn on the initial ladder. So we actually shouldn't have moved you earlier, Chuck. So that's okay. Everyone's at 14 regardless. So
We're on a blitz play.
who's next?
Wilson.
Wilson. What do you want to do, Wilson?
Well,
You see that the thing, this dark spirit, is at the far end of the cavern where you've been running.
well, I was trying to see if we could just walk through the damn thing, but that didn't work out. So we'll be all done. All right, I'm gonna set my lantern down. I'm gonna grab a torch and light it for me. How many
Okay.
actions is that? 2 or 3?
2.
2.
Yep. So what we can do is
There's
we go do that last action
only
point.
one coin in there.
You have one action point left.
Yeah,
What do you want to do?
Am I that far away from it?
Yes.
that's where you moved to last time.
Okay. I'll move up to engage it.
Yeah. Go ahead and move forward.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's gonna be a last action point here.
I mean, I would take that coin and attack,
I'll
but
drop your lantern right here.
I just go. Anybody
Hmm?
attack?
Yeah.
Coin.
Mm-hmm.
It's only it's the last coin, guys.
Up to you.
You might need to save.
I
it
never
for-
asked, so
Coin it is.
Okay. I'll take it.
if I want the coin, I'll take it.
It's a standard test.
We know this thing.
Standard
This
test.
is
I
not
like to
nice.
hear that. And that is a success.
Nice.
Yeah.
Roll 1d6 at your brawn bonus.
1d6 add that brawn bonus. That is a 7.
Oh. It remains lightly wounded.
Another coin, I would have turned it to a 6, but
Yeah.
I rolled a 1, guys.
Anything else, Wilson? I think time's up, right?
That's it.
Chuckles,
That's it.
what do you want to do?
That's all I got.
I'm gonna hustle to the side, not leaving its engagement.
Okay. Move over.
There's a body in the way. Oh, no.
Put Moira back in the cart. You can take her out of there.
No one puts a baby in a cart.
Nobody puts Moira in a cart. Except for Lady Sadala.
Yeah. And then I'm going
Mitch needed
to
it.
I'm going to take aim and try and hit it with the torch that I'm carrying.
Okay. Your torch, by the way, is snuffed out.
Okay.
So
Go ahead and roll to hit. It's a standard test.
standard test.
Yeah.
Aim will be 52. And 54.
Oh.
Yeah, here.
You
thanks,
lunge
dude.
out with the torch, and you didn't strike, but it's not snuffed out. It's only snuffed out if you hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, anything else?
Alright.
you wish to do?
Chuckles' turn.
All right, so Lester's now gonna put his shoulder against the cart, and he's glad that the Timberwolves never skipped leg day. And so
Yeah.
it's like that one practice where you're pushing the really heavy bag across the field, like the linebackers
Yeah.
do. Yeah, so that's what he's doing. He's got the form,
Okay.
he's got the rhythm,
I like
he
how
feels the
Lester
rhyme.
is every position at once.
Right.
So, to give you an indication how far you can push,
Yeah.
He doesn't
this it's going to
Oh, he
be
doesn't
treated as crawl, so it's brawn bonus -6.
Okay.
That is your movement.
Okay.
That's how far you move on hustle. So you can move 2 yards on a hustle with that.
Yeah. So
Killer
I'll
brown
move.
buttons, by the way.
What's that?
It's killer brown buttons.
Alright, so
Mad flex.
1, 2 is first hustle.
Oh, you realize as you push it forward, it's not going to go any further than where the creature is, because it seems to be blocking your way with this huge, voluminous
I thought it was like
cape.
outside of reach of my hand, standing up like this.
It is,
I
but
could
it still
push a mining
occupies.
cart
It still
that's down.
occupies the space.
Okay, well then I push through it.
Yeah, so
Brown
it's
buttons,
not
let's see what
3. It's
proposed
not
was.
to be clear. It's not 3 yards above you, and it is immune to takedown. However, you may be able to push it out of the way.
Let's do this.
All right, you put your back into it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you push the car forward. Go ahead and make it's large, so this is a hard test.
Okay. What
Lister's
test?
gonna tackle.
Athletics,
up.
toughness.
You understand?
Sorry, athletics.
Okay. Athletics, hard.
Yeah.
All right, so we're looking at a 38.
It's large.
I rolled a 93, so that's not budging right now.
So
I
the
could
cart
use a
kind
little
of
help here.
butts up against it. So you hustle for one.
Uh-huh.
You kind of try a perilous stunt for one. Go ahead and move your figures forward.
Okay.
On the board. Sorry, I wouldn't ask you how far you could move. I didn't realize you were so close. It was so close still to the
It's
cart.
alright.
Yeah, so he pushes the cart forward, and the thing its presence is all around you.
Mm-hmm.
It's all around Sabella. It's everywhere. It's occupying this space. The thing is, you kind of shove it forward, and the thing kind of butts backwards from it, kind of floats for a moment. It's kind of moth-eaten cape extends further out, kind of like I said, undulating upon itself, like almost floating around it with like an unseen wind. And the thing is still wielding its strange ghostly lantern that casts no light. It's just an absence of light, just pure darkness inside the lantern.
I'll bake my last AP then.
Go ahead and move. You don't move your initiative.
Right.
Right.
You
That's
said.
right. So
I'm moving back.
Sabella, it's your turn.
Fire's it, guys. Fire's it. Damn it. That's a
What's
great
the
idea.
spread on a bottle bomb?
I thought you rush through.
Well, that's a good
Run,
question.
everybody! No.
I think what we should consider doing between our turns, just in the future, is looking up effects for things we're going to use.
Oh, I thought
'Cause
this changed.
No, it's
It's
the
usually
same.
one person and then an adjoining.
That's
Yeah.
what I thought. Okay.
It's
then,
the emulate
yeah, that's
quality,
never
I
mind
believe,
then.
is what it is.
Yeah, this is what they normally
Because
is.
I probably shouldn't light the mine cart on fire after I put somebody I knocked
I
out.
mean,
It has
I'm not afraid of that. Go ahead, do that.
bottle bomb is
I
fiery.
mean, then we just get a bonfire.
Bottle
then
bomb
we
is
push
fiery,
through the
ineffective,
darkness.
throwing, and volatile.
Yeah,
fine.
no, it's all of those things, but if it affects an
doesn't have-
additional
it doesn't have
square.
Okay.
Fire is what affects an additional.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
immolate is what
then
catches
no.
on fire.
So
Fire
like I
makes
said,
additional
I probably
space.
shouldn't do that to the person I just knocked out and put in a mine cart.
It's fine. Do it.
It's fine. She can roll around in the
Collateral
car.
damage.
I literally can't. I can't do anything. So
Alright,
I guess
confines.
I will. Yeah. I guess I will attempt to quicken feet for everybody. As words as weapons.
We have so far to run.
Okay.
Maybe that way we can run around things. I don't know.
You're moderately wounded, is that right?
Yeah.
This is a standard test. And hasten feat is I don't remember what test and skill test it is.
Warfare.
Warfare, yeah, a warfare test. Hopefully giving some advantage to everybody.
Because I don't think I can intimidate this thing. Pretty sure. Alright, so I will go ahead and attempt that, because why not? What, you said that was a standard test?
Yes.
41 is a success.
Nice. So everyone increases their initiative by,
No, I thought hasten was just movement.
it's right, movement. It's actually initiative and movement by +1.
Oh, is it?
Does that stack the previous one?
I mean,
Yeah.
it wouldn't really matter.
Doesn't impact your initiative on the ladder, but it does increase everybody's speed.
Yeah.
Okay, moving.
now I
You
can crawl
know
for
exactly
free.
where to move. She's going to help. Basically, she's taking command of the battlefield. It's
the
a
only
warlord
thing I can
ability.
think of.
Increase my
Yeah.
movement crawl by 50%.
Woo! Alright, and then I guess.
I have so far to run.
I know. I got nothing, man.
What about bringing fire up bringing sticks of fire up to use from the fire?
It's one
the
hell of a
pit.
distance.
It's really far. That's why I don't know if you can.
I do.
But you could start handing it up to so people when they snuff out, you already got one ready for them.
It's an idea.
How about this one? Could I throw a lit torch at it?
Absolutely. It's 1 plus.
Maybe.
Yeah, 1 plus PP.
Alright, well that's 7, so okay, with my other 2 AP I guess I'll light a torch and throw it at it.
Okay.
That's all I got. Simple range?
Simple range, and it's going to be, where are you positioned out there?
Back here.
Yeah, it's going to be hard.
Okay.
Arching it.
Because you got Mike and the cart.
Yeah, my cart.
It's alright, I'm leaning down against the car. Pushing.
Yeah, here's hoping. Alright.
Yeah.
08 will work.
Nice!
Yeah. Big money. Big money.
Roll damage.
We it's like
Has no AP to dodge.
So, is that Braun then?
Yeah, it's 1d6 plus Braun.
6.
Oh no.
Some
It
of
remains lightly wounded, unfortunately. Oof. Anything else?
I got no AP left.
Okay. We
But
turned
there's a
it
torch up there if anybody wants to grab it now.
actually snuffed out.
Well, yeah, but you can grab it and light it, right?
That's right. So the Dark Spirit
Dark Spirit time.
is not moving anywhere.
Dark Spirit in the sky.
It's large. It's in charge. It is going to reach toward you.
Thumbs up, soldier.
And now that you're kind of seeing it kind of fully in the light, you realize it's not using its hands to reach toward you. It's like the lantern seems to open and this dark, engulfing shadow seems to be shining out of it over you as it tries to hit.
Yeah, that's not creepy at all.
Yeah. Just a little creepy.
Fine.
It's fine.
We're good.
It's fine.
We're good.
Winston's seen worse.
That's a miss on my part, but I'm going to spend a coin, or spend a misfortune point to reroll. That's a 13. That's a hit.
Okay.
Would you like to dodge?
Of course I would.
Okay. It is a dodge. Do you wear heavy armor?
10.
What's that?
What kind of armor do you wear?
Oh no. I wear burgundy.
Okay, is that the heavy quality?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, cool.
One below.
So you can dodge. This test is going to be challenging for you.
Plus 10.
Okay.
Buddy.
Battle Bud.
Okay, 71, and I rolled 14.
Nice. Okay. You whoa! You kind of back away at this point.
I matrixed it.
That's right. Trying to get away as best as one can. And as this happens, as it misses, you see not far from where Sabella is. I spend a misfortune token. Suddenly, one of the pieces of ore begins to lift out of the air and is thrown toward her
Oh, my.
out of the darkness.
Sabella!
Oh!
I got nothing I can do.
It didn't work.
As a strange phenomena attempts to
Dun, dun,
That was
sorry,
something
it doesn't
Lori was
attempt.
saying
It
to
actually hits you. There is no roll for this. Sabella, you suffer 8 physical peril.
I'm good.
And as this happens, you are pushed away 1 yard, bumping right up against Lester. Let's put it back on these cards.
Hiram
Right there.
Wilson.
Hiram Wilson. Hiram Wilson.
One of those
Hiram
people.
Wilson Phillips.
Phillips.
Yeah.
Killjoy.
You kind of bump right up against Lester. Lester, as you push the car forward, you feel her kind of bump into you.
Ugh. Finally getting some help here.
Yeah, no kidding. And as this happens, you lose sight of it once again. Its great, voluminous, kind of gray, its moth-eaten cloak seems to swirl all around it, and you see its arms kind of rise like this, and it slowly falls backwards as if going into repose, and then it disappears in smoke. Hiram, what do you want to do?
Do we still detect that it's there?
You feel some presence around you, yes. Maybe this is what was stalking you through the cavern.
Oh, definitely. All right. So this is Chuckles, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that you're a little crazy.
Right. So can I squeeze through the space where he's standing if I move through it?
Yeah, absolutely. You can always move through your own friend's
Okay.
area where they stand on the square, but you must spend 2 action points to move over a cart.
Okay.
Sorry, not 2 action points, 2 movement.
Okay. I'm just gonna run for where
Cannot run.
Or I'm gonna hustle to where the thing was and try to jump on it before it completely fades away.
Okay, well, it's gone.
Well, where it was, wherever,
Yeah.
you know.
So you kind of, so basically hustle for 3.
You just want to try and occupy
And you
the
kind of,
spaces.
and you're now, or however far? Yeah, we're
3, 4,
4,
5. And then you want to enter its space for 6?
Yeah. Keep
Okay.
going.
What's your movement?
11.
Okay, yeah, you're in there. You move forward and you're reaching out toward the air and it's gone.
Okay.
But as you kind of step here, you feel that kind of, there's that feeling once again, like the hackles in the back of your neck rise, you have these goose pimples on your arms. It's still here, you think.
Okay. I'm gonna see if I can spot it.
Yeah. Make an arduous awareness test.
Okay.
I'm glad somebody else is attempting that. Hopefully you have a better perception than mine.
Nope.
Okay. You're searching around frantically.
Try again.
Can't get any worse than Argus.
Nope.
You're not really sure where it went to. Anything else, Hiram?
It's 3 AP.
Okay. Whenever your turn is over for now, please let me know. Okay. I'm turning the initiative ladder back over to you all. So when you're finished with your actions, I will ask you to simply let me know.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause I missed an action.
So who's up next?
Lesta is.
All right. You mean Hiram? Hiram, Lester, Killjoy, Aramor?
Yeah.
All right. What do you want to do, Lester?
I'm pushing through.
Okay.
I got 3 I can do.
That's right.
So 1, 2, 3 is where the cart ends up for the first hustle. And then 1, 2, 3 is where it ends up for the second hustle.
Okay.
Watch my lantern!
Crunch.
Crash.
I mean, I'm keeping my head down.
Didn't see it.
Lantern's gone. Crushed beneath the cart.
And then I'm going to keep pushing for my last one.
Mark your lantern off your character sheet, please. Destroyed.
Sorry, bud. Just grab one off the wall while we're going through.
Yeah.
Remember, the whole thing's lined with them.
I really liked that lantern.
You can pick up the pieces.
You just keep losing equipment like
That's
crazy.
like my 3rd lantern, guys.
Well,
Seriously.
your shield was destroyed.
But yeah,
So
like,
we're
I
gonna-
mean, that is like my 3rd
Yeah.
lantern. We lost 2.
We're going to expand this off
We
here.
lost 2 in the sewer.
You said you're pushing past. Is
Oh
that
yeah,
right?
I'm pushing on through to the other
Like
side.
you said, you don't
I'm
forget.
How far can you push to the other side?
Another 3.
Nice.
The shield that went off the pier.
Sure, that's true.
So
Grabbed it and threw it for no reason.
You have bad luck.
here is where we're going to put you
Right now.
on this separate track. Where you're moving. Okay. Anything else, Lester?
Alright, that's it. There's all 3 of mine. So, Wilson, you're up.
Light?
Light.
1 action point. Torch is lit.
Aziz. Sorry.
I'm gonna try and find it.
Okay. Arduous awareness test.
There's gotta be a better way to do this.
The fire is still burning hot and bright at the far end of the cavern. It's dying. There's about an hour of light left. The bonfire, that is. The campfire.
Well, I got an 11%. Nope. 81's not gonna do 11.
You're looking around frantically, but you can't see it.
I'm gonna start backing up. I think Lester's got the best idea, guys.
So, this way.
Yep.
How many movement?
Hey, I have a 11.
4, 5.
So when I get to Lester, I'll stop.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. That way I can defend Lester.
Okay. Torch is still lit. Your back is to Lester. You're looking around. Any action points left?
Nope.
Okay.
That's it. Sorry.
Cool. You wanna? How about we do this? I have an idea. Let's try something a little different. Whenever your turn's over, pass. We don't have a baton, but let's say you're up next. Like
Chuckles.
Like Chuckles, you're up. That may be a better way to handle it.
Okay.
We used to have that.
Yeah.
The little.
We can use that. Magnets? Yeah, I don't know where those went.
So Chuckles is gonna hustle for
Because when you ran it, that's what we had. Right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So directly behind everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Actually,
So yeah.
you know what? Chuckles is gonna wait. Now that I think about it a little bit more.
You gonna wait instead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chuckles, wait.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you could move me to the side, and Sabella, you're up.
Okay. Love it.
Wait for other people to come through.
I'm gonna take. I'm never gonna get a fate point. I'm gonna take a not tincture, a smelling salt from a bag.
Ooh, okay. That's one corruption.
Uh-huh.
So it's one to drink. Glub glub glub.
Alright, and then I guess I will also move forward. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not gonna leave this area though, because I want to make sure that we've got everybody. So she moves to there.
Anything else you wish to
And
do?
then, I will bank the last AP. And, Dark Spirit, you're up.
Yes, I am. There's this cold kind of like, oh, you know, like sometimes you just get like, you just kind of shudder from the cold, right? It's a little wind. You feel it, Sabella. Then Wilson feels it, then Lester feels it. And then suddenly in front of the mining cart, the thing materializes once again.
I should have went for the miner. I knew it.
It materializes right in front of the cart, and the shroud of death expands outward. It's filled with darkness, and you can see that strange skeletal hand reach out once again with this lantern. The lantern, just this absence of light, that's just pitch black and darkness that seems to suck everything into it. Attempts to attack Lester.
Oh no! Lester has no AP to defend.
Well, it's any constellation I missed,
Yay!
but I'm going to use a fortune point
As you
to
should.
reroll. I rolled a 72. We should put that here.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Let's see what happens here. That's a crit success.
I was gonna say, hey, you have a coin to dub.
Nope.
So sorry.
It's alright.
Yeah.
Who needs
Lester had good.
sandwich threshold anyway?
Oh, I exploded. Oh god, I'm so sorry.
Who needs...
He's not actually so good.
He's not at all. It's fine.
17 mental peril.
Oh, mental peril.
Ah! You feel your whole body tense up, like growing rigid, like you've stepped on something sharp, and your whole body just locks up, tense and tight.
I'm
And you can see him
imperiled.
shudder in front of you. What's that?
I'm imperiled.
Oh shit. Okay. All right.
No, just the first
Is it? Oh, incapacity.
Not
I was like,
incapacity.
Not
wow, okay.
incapacity.
All right.
Just
Oh
with
god,
that
yeah,
one.
you win.
It's like,
Yeah,
You
no. I
have
actually
a
have
willpower of 1.
I have no
Yeah.
willpower bonus.
Yeah, he's.
My peril threshold is 11. Yeah.
Oh, you don't have 11 willpower.
No, sorry, not willpower.
Shit.
All together. Sorry.
Be crazy.
so it's the dark spirit's turn is over. Hiram, you're up.
I would like to go.
Ah! You just spend a. Oh, no, you don't. Actually, you're fine. Chuckles. What do you want to
Okay, I'm gonna hustle for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3. Can I move past it?
do? No.
Okay. So I'm standing on top of this minecart.
Here you go.
Push me,
Slip it
Chuckles.
underneath your figure. Push me.
I was finally gonna get to be able to
Push
use
me like one of
mounted
your French
defense.
girls last year.
Yeah.
Paint me.
It's a
Just put your
vehicle.
figure there. Just don't move the mining cart out of the way.
Alright.
Like literally move the mining cart out of the way.
Um,
There you go.
so then
I was really excited.
You rush forward.
I'm gonna strike out it with the torch and try and set it on fire.
Okay. Ha! You lunge forward. Did you want to charge?
Can't.
Oh, that's right.
My veteran's boot.
Oh, that's right. Let's just spin a token. So it's going to be our fortune point. It's going to be standard.
Standard?
It's
Okay.
large.
So it's 42. 20. Success.
Nice.
Alright.
Big money,
Roll
big
damage.
money, big money.
Big money.
Damage.
Make it a 6. Make
The
it
3 is just as good because I have a Mask of Fury, as that one explodes.
Will you explode on 3s?
Yep.
Wow.
And then 2, which I'm going to spend a fortune point.
Make it a
Turn that
6.
into
Make
a
it a
6.
6.
Uh-oh. Here it comes.
3, 6, 9.
So that's
This is
9
a
so
good
far.
time.
Plus
Love
5
from a role play,
is
that's hard.
14.
Yeah.
14.
Yeah, low.
Plus 8 minus 3
Roll low.
is 19. Because of my blinded weapon.
The
19!
window.
It is seriously wounded.
Roll
Roll
that beautiful.
2d6.
2D.
2d6.
That, too.
And I'm going to spend another fortune point to light it on fire.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Light that puppy up.
Come on, baby,
That's
like
a
that.
6.
5.
There's this boom sound, and then suddenly you see the fabric begin to tear apart, and the heat is overwhelming the cold air that lingers around here from the dark spirit, as it is banished, as they say,
Banish it.
and it is slain.
Oh my.
Die in the burning fury of the Siabra.
It's weird how your accent goes away when you're really pissed off. It's just strange.
Looks like you're about to get carried away there. Or you already got carried away. I don't know.
The dark spirit has been banished.
I can't really see here. There's no light. Now you're tortured.
All right.
Yeah, my torch is out, isn't it?
Moira was right.
That was
some degree.
a very good round there, sir.
Anyone else feeling the creepies, crawlies?
Yeah, let's get out of here.
I mean,
We got a crazy woman, a bunch of dead people back there, and
We refresh
whatever
all
that
We
was.
refresh all our coins.
That's right. Magic spinning coins. So you push the cart back through slowly,
Uh-huh.
and
We can help him now, right?
yeah,
yeah, thanks.
you
Thanks, Jim.
as you get through the cavern and back into the narrow, winding tunnels, as the cart goes up and down and around the tracks. Martyr bless, you hear from Helga as you approach with Moira in the mining cart. She's still unconscious.
We did put Harold in under her.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would say. Lester did
As
say
I said,
that
put the
for-
dead one first and then put her on top. So, no.
Did you state that back there?
Yeah, he
They
did.
did. They
He did.
definitely did.
Cool. They're the only ones left.
She's the only one left.
Yeah.
Not really much left of her, it seems.
Yeah, let's get on that elevator. We're done with this place.
So there's one more.
Well,
Here's a stone.
He was turned to stone.
like something.
And we fought that thing. Wait, let's get on the elevator and get out of
And
here.
ask her when she's better.
Yeah.
You push the cart, it reaches the elevator, and begins to ascend. and you're ascending through the darkness, and you can see the ring of light above, 80 feet above, grow closer and closer
Just reaching
and
for it.
closer. Just like, get this the hell out of here! And you find yourself once again in the pool mining camp, leaving these tunnels and the horrors within behind. All below.
Whores or horrors?
I must say,
4 horrors.
I certainly feel different. Do you?
Oh yes.
Different. Remember what I said? We'd all come up different. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm sore from all this pushing.
You half expect when you arise out of the elevator to find sunlight, to find something to welcome you, but instead there is nothing but the oppressive pitch blackness of the eternal night. The burning of the torches among the camps surround you, and you can see the curious miners approaching, talking to Helga. A few of them carrying Moira off, one of them binding her up.
Just crazy.
The other lamenting the passing of Harold. There's a lot of questions to be had, but Helga is fielding them as she can right now, leaving you some time to speak among yourselves to decide your next move.
Well, Hiramir promised it. I suppose this is our time to take a vacation, huh?
Yeah.
One in a couple days.
Make merry while we can. Back to the city.
We'll be heading back to the city at some point, though.
I can't complain about that. I think
So when?
I need a break.
Even though the light isn't much different, the air feels better.
It's true.
You can smell the rich scent of the pinewood forest, but the dying foliage underneath its boughs. The plants bereft of light for 56 days. All the undergrowth is withered and on the verge of death. The forest seems to be disintegrating. As you look toward the pine trees, the needles are still green, but the blades are sharp and hard, brittle.
I say we rest
The
here.
Lockwood is dying.
In the morning we'll come back. We'll go back to the city.
I don't understand. Why would your people do this? Why would somebody from your people do this? They're killing the thing they want to save. There's no logic. It's like her booby trapping the only way to get out instead of booby trapping the tunnel to stop them.
Why do your people eat each other? Why do your people chase power by consorting with magic?
Well, you know why we do it.
They're greedy.
Yeah. I'm asking why you.
I
See, Albert and I ever been who would do anything against nature.
I believe they thought if it was going to go to ruin, this was the last ditch effort to try and save something for future generations.
What are they saving? The force is gonna be dead.
Who knows when this is going to lift? Maybe it'll lift when the last man is dead.
But all the trees will be dead by then too.
Maybe it was a sacrifice. Well, trees may die. Seeds go dormant. Seeds grow again.
It'll take thousands of years to replace this forest.
But it
I
will
mean-
come back.
Trees will regrow after a winter, right?
Just like you do not agree with the greed of all of mankind.
No.
I don't agree with the wanton disregard.
It's just a question.
Well,
It's an honest question. I I do not know the answer fully, but I can only assume.
Hey, all of us have been mad enough to break our knuckles on somebody's face.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Just saying. And, just imagine that's when you get in a bar fight or somebody takes your stool. Tavern, I assume that they're probably a little more angry than that.
So, do we get a favor here? Can we ask Kel go for a fire away from everybody else and as much wine as they can give us?
Sure, she'd be amenable. We've got our own tent, but yeah, at the very least, let's relax for the night and maybe we go back and check on all of our friends at Quarries tomorrow.
Yeah, see which friends are left.
Yeah, if it's still standing.
Helga needs to be warned.
Who?
Helga.
Oh, yeah, well,
She
I'm not
needs-
gonna just...
She needs to be warned about what she did.
Yeah, we also need to see the
Moira.
Yeah.
the big head honcho of the people, the dead. What's the names?
What?
The one woman in charge of the martyrs.
Sesnia?
Yeah, Sesnia. There you go.
Tell her about.
Now that we can tell her about where those bodies have been going.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're getting ahead of yourself. I was promised days off.
I mean, we can. But remember, she's got a whole pocket full of gold to give us. That's going to make your days off even better.
I don't need that much money to have the one I'm looking for.
Alright.
I don't think it would be remiss for us to take a day or two off of this Avenger bullshit that we've been stuck on recently.
Alright.
I don't think any of us went into this to try to be some heroic fucking crusaders or whatever the hell it appears that all these people think we are.
Oh, me, I'm a hero. Yeah, I'm a the hero.
Okay,
alright?
well, you know what? You write that on your tabard and you wear it with pride. I'm not a fucking hero. When this comes down, I'm just trying to make sure we survive.
Yeah. Do you remember we all just used to drink together? We went out looking for a dog.
I mean,
We just fought a shadow monster with a lantern that sucked blackness from. I don't even know what it was.
I'm not gonna
How was
pretend like any of us are some chosen bullshit that can actually like walk through and light the way, the crap that all these stupid myths and shit say. So I say, we just fought a ghost that we had to light on fire after a woman put a pickaxe through a guy's head and a bunch of little toddlers with freaking blood hats tried to kill me. I'm getting drunk for like 3 days. Minimum.
You
All
said
right.
it.
Let's go tell Helga and then let's get shit-faced. That's my thought.
Mm-hmm.
You join Helga in her tent about an hour or so later to sit down and talk with her. She's sitting there, kind of listening to your story, sitting on a wooden box that's closed, marked with the Pool Mining Company symbol burnished onto it. Her hands on her knees with the word Jory tattooed on her arm, and she's kind of listening and taking in the story and clearly like astonished about what you found down there. She after she takes it all in, she says, "I held firm to my promise to you. I swore before the steward, the martyr, and the learner, we will shut down the mining operation."
I am sorry that you had to receive this proof, but this is proof of my warnings. So please remember that.
It's not to begrudge you that at all. This eternal night. It's like the world's turned upside down. The things beneath the earth and the darkest shadows of our minds have come to the, I'd say, light if there was any. But they've come to herald something dark. It's turning people like Moira, Barmy in the head. Arngrim, I fear the worst is ahead for him. I don't think he's long for this world. these people. We'll go back to Slaughterpine. We will shut it all down. We know of people in Slaughterpine, a revolutionary group, the Saw and Pick.
Huh. Do ya?
You mean the ones that just burnt down half the fucking city?
What do you think the Lady Poole will do when she finds out we shut the mining camp down?
Not a goddamn thing.
She will attack.
Her and what army?
Her army. Don't be a child, man. She has it. She has 4 times the men that the City Watch has. All the great houses do.
I've seen more people like the rat catches or the rat fuckers.
They don't care.
River
They
rats?
don't care what happens in the
Yeah.
dredge.
Just saying.
There are people looking for opportunity in this darkness, and there's plenty of opportunity to be had. Coin, at the end of the night, is meaningless. It's ethereal. It means nothing if we're all going to live among a dying force and have nothing left to eat but each other.
Yeah.
You saved a life tonight. Moira lives, and what she did was wrong, and she will face justice. Helga says,
Was it wrong?
I mean,
Those men tortured her.
"I
She just gave it back.
in spades."
Yep. It's usually how it works when people.
Actually,
it was actually a pickaxe. Yeah, not a
Yeah,
spade.
not a spade.
I got you there.
Thank you. Look, Helga, when this comes down, maybe they got what they deserve, maybe they didn't, but I'm not a judge of people. And I don't know that anybody can judge anything that's going on right at this second with everything that's crazy as hell. If these people gotta go back and do things that they think are whatever to survive, there's nothing else we can do. Obviously, if you keep going through the mine, more people are gonna end up like Moira anyway.
There are 3 opportunities in all of this. We can't leave Lockwood. We know that there's a wall of shadow out there, and those who touch it are corrupted. Either those desperate enough to make coin to help their families work at the copper mines, perhaps. There are other mines in the hills. Those who are less concerned about family and more about revolution and change will join the Saw and Pick. They will take up with the revolutionaries and fight against those in Society Vale. And the others, the opportunists, they will go to the River Rats. You see, there is no easy outcome out of all this.
You want to know the Timberwolf's secret to always winning? Is we play together. We play as a team. All right. We don't go out there. We don't have stars besides me that try to win the game by themselves, right? So if we all start fighting amongst each other in this shit situation, we're just gonna end up dead faster. What we gotta do is we gotta bond together. It's not rich versus poor. It's everybody versus dying. So we gotta come together. That's what we gotta do.
Right now?
Yeah, over me.
Your words ring true, Lester. I have no doubt about that. I agree with it. It's just not the way that everybody sees it.
Well, I mean, in the dark, I get it's hard to see things, but that's why we gotta bring the light to people. I mean, we gotta spread the word that we're working together, that we're gonna be stronger together as a unit instead of, individual players. And that's why the Canaries are so garbage, is because they all got like all-stars. We're gonna run around trying to win the game all by ourselves. Well, there's 11 people on my side, and one of them, who do you think's gonna win? We are. Every time.
When folk talk about the rat catchers and the wine sinks at Slaughterpine, they speak of ye. They speak of this mentality.
Yeah.
They speak of that willingness to illuminate the darkness. Maybe that's why people keep coming knocking at your door, offering you coin to right the wrongs of the eternal night.
Sometimes they ask for signed bulls.
Well, I mean, I'm always willing to, give out a helping hand or a ball ear, or, if someone needs help, you help them, right? That's what you do.
My advice, if I may offer it, and granted, I am no rat catcher, nor am I a warrior, nor am I equipped to face what you all did below. But to build a following, you have to keep building more and more. Earn more friends. Find others who are in need. Salterpine is a large city. We don't know what's happened to Society Vale for certain. But I can tell you, these people, I know they're thankful for what has happened.
Yeah.
And I know they will sing your praise and return back to the city. But there's nothing left here at the Iron Mines, except for death.
Yeah.
Continue doing what you're doing. Raising spirits. Illuminating the darkness. For to fall prey to it is path to nihilism. Where there's nothing to care about but yourself. And we're all going to die if we don't do something. You were right.
Yeah. Pretty sure folks thinks we're dead.
Well,
Might be for the best for a moment.
We will probably spend some time gathering our supplies and taking them back to fulfill our promise to Lady Poole, and we will sever our contract. I will deliver that news myself.
Before you do that, you think you might have a bottle of wine for each of us? So we can have a night?
We should drink.
Yeah.
We are in no rush to return, but I can tell ye, the miners are weary, scared, anxious in the dark. They know what's happened down below. It's only a matter of time till the word spreads among the camp. They'll want to go back to the safety of the walls of Slaughterpine. I wouldn't begrudge them that.
Oh.
Let us take 2 days. Rest. Recuperate. Consider. But you can count on me. After I have fulfilled my obligation and severed the contract, should you need my pickaxe, I'll be there with you, side by side.
Come to
Whatever
big
it
quarries.
is.
that's where we're usually based out of.
Helga's joined the Shining Force.
Yeah.
You now have a permanent NPC.
I have her card.
Oh, cool. Gonna hand it to me?
I will take
I have a
that. You
lot
got
of
so many cards over there.
I do.
I only got like a.
Helga is now a member of your party,
Hey.
if you'll have her.
Sure.
I don't know if she can be trusted.
And then she hands you a bottle of rum. Never mind.
Never mind, she's solid. She's part of the crew.
Helga Broomhandra has joined the Shining Force. Tell me true, she says while you all are drinking. Merrymaking there is to be had for sure. I am sure that Society Vale has had its own ways of controlling fires. They probably couldn't have saw anything like that coming though.
No.
Oh.
Well,
We'll see.
Well, what was the...
The explosives was in the shitter. You think that they even had a chance to know that was coming? Come on.
Yeah.
Like they went down there.
What was this? What was the stool master? What's his name?
Stoolmaster?
Stoolman?
Arlo Stuhlman.
Stoolman.
Yeah.
The Stoolmaster. The Stoolmaster.
I don't know. The guy who runs the sewers. You know. I mean,
That's
on
what
his-
collective.
The dawn
Throne
of
of
poop.
porcelain.
You know, I go.
he said, you know, if an explosion happened down there, the gases from all of the what we do, it would help.
I mean, that's probably why the explosion was bigger than what I would estimate 3 barrels of gunpowder doing.
Out of curiosity, you guys think if there's any more shit monsters, they're all gone now? I'm just saying. Wait,
don't know.
the rats.
Maybe we should check and see how they're doing.
One of them gone.
I don't know anything about these shite monsters, but
You don't want to know.
I thought they were, was it smellementals?
Smellementals.
So tell me about this whole rat catcher thing. Why that name?
We didn't give it.
We didn't choose the name. The tabloids chose it for us.
Some stupid newspaper guy thought he was being clever because we killed a few of the rat whatever.
River rats.
I don't know.
Oh, the man who writes the Slaughter Pine Engager. He is a man about the town, as they say. Has his little birds everywhere.
We haven't done that in a while.
What? Taking out any river rats?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this cloak is comfy.
As she like snuggles into the like leader's cloak that she stole.
Maybe we should reminisce on old times, you know, kill a few while we do it.
I mean, the rat catchers attacked us.
You mean the river rat?
Self-defense.
See, we don't even know our own damn.
I mean, yeah.
I generally don't go searching out for fights.
We don't go searching for
See,
fights.
if you
They
don't,
attacked
go
us.
searching for fights, then what you do is you get one alone.
When did you get so dark? You used to be the only one that kept this party kind of.
No. He's right. You get one of them alone, and you knock that one out, right? And then
And then you leave him there to be
Yeah.
found.
uh-huh.
And when one more goes to investigate
You knock that one out.
or kill.
Do you
See,
think?
and then
Yeah, what you do
another
is you put it
one-
right in front of a bear, like a cart with hay in it, right? And then when they come, you just grab them, you bring them in the hay, and there's infinite storage in there, so you can get all the guards in there, the whole city.
You've been reading Penny Dreadfuls again, I see.
Yeah.
But,
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
But the Killer's Creed.
7 people in this
But see, then when
The
you
Killer's
kill
Code.
when
One of
you
my
kill the
favorite
second
plays.
one, another one comes out to check where the second one went, and then
So
it's
you'll ask what happened.
Oh, I know what happened. You've been around us too long.
No, it's not that. In Siabran culture, you are the embodiment of your mask. Your ancestors have been put into these masks. And when I was taken and imprisoned, I was made to wear a metal mask as joke. When I was freed, I kept the metal mask on so people wouldn't be scared of me. Or at least if they were scared of me, they thought I was man wearing a metal mask. When I rebuilt this mask from the forest was full of fury. The ancestors full of fury. It's only a matter of time until I embody that fury.
Siabra don't find their ways about Slaughterpine much any longer since the accord was broke. I appreciate you sharing that insight with us. You know, I did see another like you
Did you know?
in the city.
Did they have a mask made of stone?
Aye. She wanders about, or has been wandering about for some time. Folk talk about a masked Siabra, a woman with a petrified face, they say, stalking about Slaughterpine.
What parts? All over?
Everywhere.
Damn.
These miners come from everywhere. Smeltstacks, Bargetown, Drags, Market Hill. Hell, Moira came from Mount Sawdust. Arngrim from Society Vale.
Do they mention nickname or moniker in your tongue?
They just say that there's a strange Siabran with a petrified mask on her face, here and there floating about the parts. Stories have grown more and more since the fall of the Eternal Night, though. She'd been seen before, but most just attributed it to, just stories. But I think every single one of these miners would probably tell you about a sighting they've had of some masked, stone-faced woman wandering about the city.
I hope I run across her one day. Or a night.
It is strange how many people keep saying that they've seen this stone-faced woman, and none of us have.
Yeah. It's almost like when she wants to be seen, she'll make herself seen.
Yeah, maybe.
My understanding, and no offense, of course, is a Siabran only wants to be found when they want to be found.
Why would they be offended by that?
I don't know. Lately, you've been offended by pretty much everything anybody says to you. Oh, wait. I think I need a little more of this.
That's a compliment.
My understanding is that your people are druids. And they traffic in the old ways. If it's anything like Dunbrood, I'm sure there are druids among your people.
There are.
Knowing the stories I've heard about the Siabra, and I can't recall his name, but when I first came to Slaughterpine, they spoke about a chief druid among the Sea. His name escapes me.
It's because we don't have them.
Aye.
We tell you names so you can understand us, and tell us apart from each other. You can tell that when Chuckles says that, he's being snide, but he's also trying to be somewhat humorous at the same time. Yeah.
So what will you have of me? Once I tender my resignation, after this celebration and sleep and preparation, what are you going to do when you return back to Slaughterpine?
That's a good question.
Help the next people in need, most likely. We need to figure out.
Is that what we want to do?
I thought we were following the path to find the person you're talking about.
Yeah, what's the next line in your thing? Suppose we should probably know that.
That's work.
I think we got the Hermasti part done.
This is all work talk. We'll figure this out later.
Oh, you don't want to talk about work? Because
It's vacation.
Tell you what, we'll figure it out tomorrow. That is tomorrow's problem.
The camera pans away, looking over the entirety of the pool, iron mines, and its surrounding camp, back into the forest, the dying forest. On the horizon, Slaughterpine is there.
it's not glowing anymore, right?
No, we'll find out next game session.
Dun, dun, dun.
But, the return, we will cover the return next week. So everybody gets 100 reward points.
So we get
That's
an
literally
upgrade,
the end of
right?
this quest line.
That's right, we completed a quest.
Huzzah!
Marked
Mark
in
the
the
quest
journal.
book. That's right. All right. So
Misfortune roll.
Yeah.
We're somebody's supposed to remind you every
What's corruption?
corruption. That's it. Yeah, sorry.
Come on.
2.
2.
Yeah. Can't even make it up. Sorry. Right here.
Just trying to get
I believe
everybody
it.
to be a corrupt bastard, aren't you? Oh, I guess I should take that thing off.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So gemstone dice do indeed chip.
Do they?
Yes, they do.
Yep. Leather
Forgot
only.
I had a drawing.
So let's talk about what's going on with your characters. Let's start first with Lester. Lester and Logom, Hiram, Aramore, Killjoy.
Yeah. So. No. Like with Lester today, he's just. I mean, mostly it was just me coming back and trying to get caught up, but I don't know. Like, yeah.
There's something in that speech.
Okay, so like with that, like I was thinking like more linear, but yeah, in the speech, I mean Lester does think that like the best thing for everyone to be able to do is like work together. And he does have leadership, and it's like actually it's like a 52 in fellowship. It was one of the highest stats I rolled. So
Nice.
Yeah, I feel like he honestly believes, that we do need to work together, because, if the rich and the poor end up killing each other, that's just going to lead to people dying faster. And the last thing you want in a situation with limited resources is a war, because he does now have warfare trained as well, so, he's trying to get that mindset in, yeah, we kind of, the Noble Council, I don't know, it doesn't feel like a leadership. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. I don't know if they're just taking it as business as usual, because we're too low on the totem pole to know what the hell they're doing. So, it might be kind of a revolution time, but it needs to. He wants it to be a bloodless revolution, as all possible.
A bloodless coup.
As little blood as possible, right?
I don't know if
That's
those exist.
not how things work.
It's a good aspiration
it's
to
an
have. Don't shoot
ideal,
it down.
right?
Sure.
You
It's an
strive
ideal.
for the ideal.
It's an ideal, yeah.
You settle for what you get, right? You throw the Hail Mary, you hope someone catches it.
Okay.
I thought it was really interesting tonight that your character kind of in light of everything that's happened, kind of became the person to kind of give the inspiring speech. One thing we've kind of seen over the last several game sessions is Sabella's kind of slip to
Anger?
cynicism. Yeah. But a natural part of the character progression loop, and that's okay. I think those are fun things to do, but I thought it was really interesting that's the direction you went, and it's clearly something that I think Lester has continued to deliver. You are in some ways the linchpin of positivity in many ways.
It tries
in the
to be,
group.
man.
Yeah. What's well, next to Sabella?
I think going with the kind of her falling down this rabbit hole of cynicism. I think it's Sabella is kind of a reflection of those that she leads. I think to a certain extent, and so it's kind of she starts off and she wants to do the good thing and she wants to do the moral thing and all of that stuff, and then they go down in the dark and she's got two of our people eating hearts out of creatures that just tried to kill her, and one dude popping every potential drug-laden mushroom that he can find and get his hands on and packing them in his packs, and then and then we get down and every time we go to save someone or whatever, there's always the fight of I didn't want to do this, and so I think it's just dragging her to a certain extent.
We're doing the right thing.
Yeah, so she's I'm gonna do the right thing. Everybody's like, oh, I didn't want to do this, and so then she's like, well, fuck, alright, I guess, and I think that's kind of where it's dragging on her, so she's kind of stuck in this middle ground of...
You're just sick of arguing with the party?
To a certain extent, I think she is. She's I didn't sign up for that, and she didn't. She's just the one that happens to have military training, so she's what? But I gotta make all the decisions, but then you're gonna bitch about it. Okay, fine.
Is there maybe gonna be a shifting of power at some point, do you think? Do you think maybe it's too much for Sabella right now?
I don't think it's so much that it's too much, it's that she's just gonna give in to some of the people that bitch more. She's just finally gonna be you know what, fine, we just won't. Oh, your kid needs help from the fiery building? I got other things to do. That's... that may come out at some point. She still has martyrdom as her one side. So I think there's a part of her that is still stuck on that, but she also has candor on the other side. So sometimes she's just I'm done with this bullshit. That's the end of this, So I think that's where it is. I don't think she minds being the leader. She's just will you guys quit bitching? You're gonna make me make decisions and deal with it. That's I think where it is.
That's good. What about for Wilson?
Leaning into my chaos. Hatred.
How far? It's curiosity. How many chaos ranks do you have?
5 or 6. I already put it away. Yeah, I've gotten chaos the last 3 times. So it's just all right. That's I get it. And it doesn't help that Hiram's all let's just get drunk. I'm that sounds a lot better than what we've been doing. So yeah, I get why we're breaking her down. But yeah, hatred. I'm leaning into that hatred. So Well, I'm like calling people out on like their nonsense. I'm like, why are you doing that? It doesn't make sense. Put it here so you can blow up this cavern and stop the thing that's actually coming. You're gonna blow up the elevator so we can't leave. I don't know. So I'm trying to lean into. Maybe I'll pull back from the chaos. I got chaos again tonight, so probably not.
That's dark.
What's your order? Your order alignment again?
Ferocity.
Ferocity. Yeah. Tenacity.
Yeah.
Stick-to-itiveness. We're gonna get through this. My
Well,
way or the highway.
I've been doing that pretty well, you know.
Yeah.
You're stubborn chaos. That's
Oh,
literally what your character.
Yeah. I'm either
I love that.
stubborn, this is the way we're doing it, or hatred. That's why I just say whatever he says, just move on. Keep going.
So Hiram.
So I think like with this executive decision that what's her name? The person who was down with us in the mine. Helga, you're right.
Helga.
She
Has
just made this
Zweihander.
executive decision that she would, trap us down here if things went south. So, I think the fact that, Hiram potentially put all the miners in danger maybe weighs on him a little bit, but he wanted to make sure that he had an out no matter what. And I think that Sabella was kind of on board with that, at least. I don't know about everyone
Should
else.
invite you on enough of that.
But yeah, I think like for a while Hiram has just been like work, but for what purpose? For the longest time I've been a beggar my whole life, and then now I finally have money. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with it? I don't have time to spend it or enjoy it. And like for him, his order and chaos alignments are sophistication and what was the other one? Mayhem. So my interpretation of Hiram is sophistication is money is just easy come, easy go. He just he spends it. It doesn't matter when it's on. Just he likes making merry basically all the time when he gets the chance, and like feeding into the mayhem is just I want to go on a 3-day bender, so like that just seems like that's where if he's going for order or chaos, like that's what he wants to do. He wants a few days off to just relax and make merry while he still thinks he can.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of nihilistic. It's like the opposite of Lester, but maybe we'll see how he comes out at the end of it. At the end of his bender.
I feel better. Let's go do some stuff.
Right.
So finally, what about Chuckles?
Chuckles is feeling like validated for some of his recent anger. He's like seeing this as evidence of nature or the forest or whatever fighting back, and he wasn't about to just let it have its way. He was going to go down fighting whatever sources of the forest were fighting back, but he is probably going to think on what Wilson said, like, why would they do that? And he doesn't necessarily agree with that approach that they took in order to fix it, and we'll try to ultimately fix the situation if they can. Like to see light shine on Lockwood once again, but he's really angry that both sides were stupid enough to get to this point. And so, if he can ever talk to any of the Siabrans that made the decision to do this thing, I don't think he'll pull his words either. I think he'll be pretty blunt with what he thinks about it. It's like, well, that was stupid.
Yeah. Above board, anybody have any theories about what's going on broadly? is a question for anybody, by the way.
Yeah, essentially what Chuckles had said is that it was a desperate attempt to stop the human encroachment, but that they bit off more than they could chew. That's what I think it is right now. And so, like, accepting it as like a noble sacrifice of both of the Sea Operant in order to take out the humans, and yes, eventually the Force could one day come back. So yeah, I mean that's kind of what I think happened. But what probably is different than what Chuckles had said is that they had intended for it to go one way and it went too far. That's what I think.
Any other theories?
Why are we seeing the creatures though?
Oh, well, I mean, when you do these rituals, when these things happen, is when the moon explodes and falls to the earth, magic comes back.
Right.
So that's kind of a recurring theme of, like, these catastrophic events seem to resurface the fantasy elements. So that's what I think is going on, is that, like, with that power that blocked out the sun, is casting this big shadow dome over it. That also has these arcane, divine, covenant powers that are manifesting.
So, my thoughts are that it's called the Lockwood, right? So the woods locked something. And I think either it was released or has gotten released or gotten loose. And so ultimately we'll need to do something to kind of put it back and lock it again.
Interesting theories. Any other thoughts?
Nope. I think I like Mike's, but I always thought it was yours. I like simple theories, so. But I thought it was the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was like the Sea Operants being like, you know what? You flip table, we're out.
Yeah.
Like, you broke your promises. We'll show you what broken promise is. But, who knows?
Any theories, Kay?
I have one that I think would be the funniest, but I don't think it's right. Which would be that everybody keeps attributing it to this huge celestial event, or this huge, like, spiritual event, or whatever, and come to find out it's some stupid magic that reoccurs every 500 years or whatnot, and it's just time. And then it'll wear off completely on its own without anything happening. Which I think would be absolutely the funniest thing, because all these people are trying to do all these sacrifices and trying to change things and killing each other and blah blah blah, and if they'd have just waited 60 days it just disappears.
Well, one thing you do know is your characters will know is this is unprecedented.
Oh, yeah, but if we I was gonna say in living memory, yeah, because like
But what about if we get a call
Eaglesdove has seen it before
and they're like, would you like to renew your warranty on your...
Well, Eaglesdove hasn't seen it, but
Well,
the
she saw
Aquitanian
it.
has, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why.
Yeah.
So obviously it has happened before, which is why I say it would be really funny, because nobody has lived in this area for that long, other than the Sea Operants, right? Because the city's new. The city's like 100 years old, not even.
Like 50 years old.
50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
so if
the
this
first
was
generation of settlers.
right, so if this was like
literally born when the city was
every
founded.
200 years, the forest refreshes itself and it goes completely dark in this dome, and you're not allowed to leave it. And all they had to do was leave the town for 60 days and then come back, and you'd have been fine. Like, that would be hilarious to me. But I don't think that's it.
Any theories, Nick?
I think that this is like some sort of sick wager with the gods, because it just doesn't seem like something that's like possible for mortals to even attempt to get to this point. So yeah, it's kind of like a biblical, like, Book of Job moment where, Satan is like tempting God or something like that, and they kind of like, one god called the other out on their bullshit, and this is like, what would happen with humanity if this would,
We're an
just want-
ant farm.
We just block out the sun. Like let's just see what happens. You know, it's something crazy like that.
It's an ant farm.
Yeah.
Shake it up.
It's the snow globe. Yeah.
I
It's a
do
great-
actually think it's a retribution thing, but it went too far though. Actually, that is the theory I would stand by.
Interesting theories, everybody. Well, let's close up. We'll resume next week for session 19. Thanks for sharing, by the way. I love hearing the theories.
20 actually.
Session.
I think this was 19.
This is session 18.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've got them. That's right, because one of them.
Yeah, 7. You need to combine those ones.
Yeah, yeah.
17 just released today on
Nice.
YouTube and Patreon. So thank you for your support. Continue watching, continue listening, and we'll see you next week for session 19.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.